Some of what is happening is unacceptable. And so we will resist any attempt to subvert the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people. The right thing must be done. We will not accept anything short of a declaration of the legitimate result.
T4 Yachino. T4 Yachino. Okron for Yasonimu. Erinunu Yasonimu. Fiafeto Ojuloye. We know you still want our money. We know you still want electricity. We are sure you are about to steal wanna go in Japan. What we no go grip you wanna ballot paper. Drop it. I no go grip my vote for count. You cannot suppress sovereignty of the people. You dare not steal my vote. You can fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all the people some of the time. You cannot fool all the people all the time. Okwasianiate agronagu. T4 Yachino. Okron for Yasonimu. Erinunu Yasonimu. Fiafeto Ojuloye. Taya Barao. I no go grip my vote for count. Ole. You cannot use police to intimidate us. Because police, they are our friends. You cannot use soldiers to kill us. Because soldiers, they are our families. I want my vote to count. I want my vote to count. I want to exercise my right.
Let me assure you, my dear voter, that your vote will count. Some of what is happening is unacceptable. And so we will resist any attempt to subvert the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people. The right thing must be done. We will not accept anything. Some of what is happening is unacceptable. And so we will resist any attempt to subvert the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people. The right thing must be done. We will not accept anything short of a declaration of the legitimate result.
Because Yanse Bianim, because I can't win, now the mother mission, Tada and Yaswafa. It's Yabun, I did be able to cigar, a corner of a woman, be like Koye, I understand you, what a man is see. So I would mean me aware, minimum information, Bella, but I'm the weapon or a genuine. What I'm Fiji, what you but I shall start to know we'll see not good, bro. Because I can't hear a statue in the area. If a benefit of the road that I buy the business as a coin statue, Yanse Bianim, bro, or normal. Then why are you? Oh, you're genuine. I can't hear a statue. I finish a corner, we are a statue, near a benefit home. Now they benefit Belly Bella, name statue, and Yanswafa. Must we respect. I love everybody.
Society those who possible to fetch on your beer bonnet. I be a bonnet or woman. Man is one more woman is small. No, and they say, I will be a your fire. Why, I don't come back almost sleep because it's one a lot. Said, why, I manage one more, the man is small. If I want piano, one, you come and count to have no, we do not add. The most sadly, why when it before I will believe it. Because also an alarm, woman is one, woman is small. And here I can.
Well, it's just unfortunate that it has happened this way. even though there were complaints that it was not the proper way it has been erected over here. But then if it should be removed, I think there should be a proper civil way to get it removed, rather than just destroying it like this. Because what has happened now, it can have a negative impression upon the current party that is in government. Even though it might not be supported by them, it could be an intentional thing to also bring them down. So I don't think it is proper that it should be done this way. That would be a civil way to go about it. I would suggest that anything of this nature, to avoid riot and all those things, we should do things the civilized way. If something is not good, let's sit down, discuss it, and then reverse it. There should be understanding between two parties, because we all want to live in peace. So this is the way I see that things of this nature, we should not rush. We should take the proper steps to make corrections. What's your name?
Because R.K.B. because I can't win. Now, but the matter is, you can't any answer. It's Yebun. I didn't be able to cigar. I can't have a woman be like Koye. I understand you. What a man is he. So I want to me aware minimum information. But I'm the Webun or a genuine. What I'm 50 years. What you
but I shall start to
not good, bro. Because I can't hear a statue in the area. If a benefit of road that I buy the business as a current statue, yes, bro, or normal.
Then why are you?
Oh, you're genuine. I can't hear a statue. I finish a corner, we are near a statue, near a benefit home. Now they benefit belly baby, neighbor statue, and yes, whatever. Master Webun. Respect, I love everybody.
Statue those who are possible to fetch on your beer bonnet. I be a bonnet, woman is by more woman.
Bono is a half.
Dr. Mabuba will win when you put all of them together. So there will be plus for Dr. Mabuba. Western North and Western region put together, that will also tie. I know there it stands at 50-50 as I speak now. Now, Oteba Ashanti region may have a vote gap around 1.2 to 1.3 million between MPP and NDC. Yes. Eastern region, there will be a vote gap between 400,000 to 500,000 between NDC and MPP. Ashanti region and the ever score close to 1.7 million vote gap and the Eastern. Greater Accra and the Central and the Beboso. Greater Accra will be a tie. MPP will take Central region. But Greater Accra is tilting slightly towards NDC, but with a very smaller margin, less than.
Let's watch this video so that I have some 1 or 2 things to tell you. Let's watch this video.
Breaking news right now, breaking news.
The God that will deal with Akufo-Addo is still at the gym.
Yes, I know.
How can somebody invest 58 billion in just a hole?
Nobody should be allowed to be president who cannot answer these questions straightforward.
One can say we are home.
He knows.
2024, we are breaking the 8.
I'm going to break it to no measure.
They can't stop us.
8 to know a woman change.
When we meet mano a mano, we can debate and the country will see.
The digital gates didn't open for the digital man.
In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want.
Where the young can be brave, you say, yeah, you know, any eticroma.
But if the fundamentals are weak,
the digital gates will expose you.
Kasongo, yeah. Mombari nanga. Kasongo, mbona wewe. Songa libara.
It is 100% correct.
Let's watch this video so that I have some 1 or 2 things to tell you. Let's watch this video.
Breaking news right now, breaking news.
The God that will deal with Akufo-Addo is still at the gym.
Yes, I know.
How can somebody invest 58 billion in just a hole?
Nobody should be allowed to be president who cannot answer these questions straightforward.
One can say we are home.
He knows.
2024, we are breaking the 8.
I'm going to break it to no measure.
They can't stop us.
8 to know a woman change.
When we meet mano a mano, we can debate and the country will see.
The digital gates didn't open for the digital man.
In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want.
Where the young can be brave, if you say, yeah, you know, any chroma.
But if the fundamentals are weak,
The digital gates will expose you. Some of what is happening is unacceptable. And so we will resist any attempt to subvert the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people. The right thing must be done. We will not accept anything short of a declaration of the legitimate result.
Tifo Yachino. Tifo Yachino. Okronfo Yasonimu. Ewinunu Yasonimu. Fiafeto Ojuloye.
Is to validate petitions and concerns about appropriation of state properties to private and politically exposed persons. So we didn't receive the petition and just sit down and write a report about it. We are here today, as you have witnessed, to go through side by side to see whether indeed what is contained in the petition actually exists or not. You have seen for it yourselves. You can draw your own conclusions about what has happened in the past. As far as we are concerned, we are going to include this in our report to the President. And further action will surely be taken on these issues. You've seen public officials that are actively working for the state being ejected from their homes to make way for private interests, and also interests that are connected to other public officials. This is obviously what our president campaigned against, and you are witnesses to what has happened. So we thank you very much for accompanying us today, and hopefully we'll invite you for more of these trips as we go through the validation processes of the various petitions. Thank you very much. Is to validate petitions and concerns about appropriation of state properties to private and politically exposed persons. So we didn't receive the petition and just sit down and write a report about it. We are here today, as you have witnessed, to go through side by side to see
history. In 1947, it was first acquired from the La Stu, and then in 1957, the new Nkrumah government decided to use this place for civil aviation. This is where the Civil Aviation Authority erected their mast and all of that. That is why this area is called La Wireless. In 2020, President Akufo-Addo decided to change the original purpose, carry out rezoning, and decided to return a portion to the La Traditional Council, and then they retained a portion for the state. One will have thought that that will have been used in the best interest of the Republic, of the people of Ghana. But as our work has discovered, what was retained for the state has been allocated. And I have the allocations here. It's been allocated to politically exposed persons. And what is really troubling is the unconscionable rates. I mean, a plot of land here in cantonments sold for 183,000 Ghana cedis, not US dollars. I mean, this is a place where you struggle to even get a $500,000 plot, and yet 183,000 Ghana cedis. And when you see the list, politically exposed persons, MPP, national executives, regional executives, you have ministers of state, you have governors and all of that. And that is why we take the strong view that going forward, we need a law that will prohibit this. This is totally out of control. We cannot accept this. Under the Ghanaian constitution, public lands are vested in the president to hold in trust for all of us, not to sell the public lands to his cronies, to his party executives, to his appointees. That is not the essence of Mr. President, take care of these lands on our behalf. That is not why that constitutional provision was made. So the time has come as a nation for us to say enough is enough. These unconscionable sweetheart deals, insider dealing, where persons who we have entrusted with power to take care of these state assets for us decide to allocate them to themselves at very, very unconscionable rates cannot be allowed to continue. So you can see some of them are building very fast, hoping that they'll present us with a fait accompli. But the oral report is going to document all of this. And I believe that there are many, many remedies that the president and his principal legal advisors will recommend moving forward. So you are welcome to the AU village. Thank you. History. In 1947, it was first acquired from the La Stu, and then in 1957, the new Nkrumah government decided to use this place for civil aviation. This is where budget was site for an NVTI project, an NVTI school. Sword was cut and all of that about 3 years ago.
The
Guard chiefs were here, so it's not clear what happened, and we now have private properties here. So we'll be conducting further investigations on this. All right, thank you. very important sector for our national development. I mean, no country really survives without an agri mechanization department, a department which really helps us to attain food security, to be able to feed ourselves. This became the latest state capture victim, where the erstwhile government descended upon this place, removed the roofs, evicted those who were here, and a number of people are affected, not only the agri mechanization staff. You have been talking to the leaders of the Vegetable Producers Association. You've seen that the local government ministry also has some departments here. They are also affected. Then MVTI, you saw that MVTI has also been asked to relocate. They have had their roofs, portions have been removed. And we keep hearing the name Clement Jato, and that is the same person who the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has been engaging to carry out the so-called redevelopment. And we must emphasize that as members of parliament, at no time did the government come to parliament for approval. If you read the Land Use and Spatial Planning Act, Act 925, it's very clear that to do rezoning, you need parliamentary approval. This land was originally acquired for agri mechanization and for an aerodrome, if you read the history of this land. So who took that decision to rezone without parliamentary approval? And even before the rezoning will be concluded, they have shared large portions amongst themselves. And you have seen some of the names that have popped up so far, politically exposed persons. That is why we take the view that moving forward as a country, we must have legislation that will prohibit political appointees, politically exposed persons from buying state assets, because it is the insatiable greed, the desire to own these state assets by people who we have entrusted them into their hands to protect them for all of us. It is that greed that drives them to want to do dubious rezoning to amass all of these assets for themselves. That is what has brought this country to where it is now. So now here we are, agri mechanization. People are stranded. They don't know where to go to. You listen to the MVTI guys, they don't know where to go to. And look at the valuable assets, combined harvesters, irrigation equipment. You have seen archives. That is what even, traumatizes us. Documents, contracts, agreements, some of them with international partners on funding, on loans that have been, approved by Parliament and all of that, all left at the mercy of the vagaries of the weather. That is not acceptable. And so we have brought you here to see for yourselves. Ghanaians must know what has gone on. The state capture we have been talking about, it is not propaganda. It's not a figment of anybody's imagination. It is real. And you have seen how heartbreaking, how traumatizing it is.
And so what
and
is
this,
going to be
this,
the way forward?
This cannot be allowed to continue. So
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Pada. Attention, level.
MP for Boko Central, Mr. Mahama Ayarga Hajat, also arrived. So he's waiting for the president to come. Yeah. No camera inside. Okay, return. No camera, return.
Another 6 o'clock is here. Wake up and meet the morning, dear. Brand new day, it's a brand new slate. Like Barack say, yes I can. Don't let the worries of yesterday hold you down on this lovely day. Well, look up in the mirror and say, yes I can. Open your face, open your face. Nothing away, nothing away. Kani mukwala kabo Magana mareke na blow Natengwa we Ubanyo fe Magana mareke na blow Kani mukwala kabo.
Just do it, just do it. Just do it, just do it. Just do it, time is ticking. Just do it. Tired of lying to yourself yet. Don't you know you are your best bet? Who you waiting for? Who you waiting for? You've got all you need more. They will only help when it's convenient. Tell you all of this is for experience. She put no heart in your body, maybe you're out here. Just take a step and things will fall in place. Even when time flies, no one can catch it. So don't waste all your free granted. Your time is now. Just believe I'll take it as I can. Find your faith. Not tell my way.
Kani mukwala kabo Magana mareke na blow Natengwa we
Open your faith.
Magana mareke na blow Kani mukwala kabo.
Don't waste, the time will never be just right. Start from where you're standing now. Work with what you have. Work with what you got.
No one said it would be easy. Anyone that ever made it said it wasn't easy. Hey, well, look up in the mirror and say, yes, I can. Open your faith. Not my way. Kani mukwala kabo Magana mareke na blow Not my way. Open your faith. Magana mareke na blow Kani mukwala kabo.
Of the service chiefs and the intelligence agencies. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, first of all, let me thank you very much on behalf of the heads of the security services and agencies for receiving us this morning. Mr. President, we are here to join our voices with the good people of Ghana and the international community to congratulate you on assumption of office as the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Mr. President, we want to assure you of our loyalty, professionalism, and dedication. We've been working together as a team, meeting all the complex challenges of the security environment. By working together as a team, we've been able to keep this country quiet and stable. Mr. President, I want to assure you that we are going to continue with even greater zeal to ensure that we maintain the security and stability of this country. I want to assure you of our unflinching support and dedication, as I said, to duty, and make sure that we help you to achieve or realize your objective of resetting Ghana. Mr. President, Once again, thank you very much for receiving us this morning. We are grateful, and we wish you the best. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me thank all of you for the work that you've done for our motherland in terms of keeping our people safe and protecting both internal and external security. We should have held this ceremony on the 7th, immediately after the inauguration, but as you know, we're overwhelmed by visitors, and some of those who came on the 7th left just a few days ago. They enjoyed Ghana so much that they were not in a hurry to leave. But I want to thank you for the good work. This last election has cemented our reputation as the leading democracy in Africa. And a good part of the thanks go to you, the security services, who have maintained the peace. We still have threats to our peace that we must continue to look at internally and externally. Internally, to do with chieftaincy disputes and some incidents of armed robbery and things like that. Externally, to do with the threats on our northern borders. And so we cannot let our vigilance down. There should be no vacuum. And so you must all continue to work, as the CDS said, zealously, to make sure that there's no breach of the peace in the country. And so I want to thank you for all the work you're doing. We're working hard to set up the Council of State so that we can start to put the controlling boards of all the services and all the government parastatals in place. And so once we have the Armed Forces Council and the Prisons Council and all of them set up, all your service councils, we're sure that we'll begin to look at how to manage things in respect of any outstanding issues that exist. But in the meantime, I expect you all to work very closely together like you've been doing, and continue to keep the country safe for all of us. And so I want to thank you for attending to our call at quite short notice, and to ask you to continue to work in the interests of the people of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Of the service chiefs and the intelligence agencies. Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Your Excellency, those a bit belatedly, but since you beckon us to be here, I'm rather turning it around. We graciously welcome you, sir, to our first meeting as the Standing Committee of the National House of Chiefs. We graciously do welcome you, and once again, congratulations. You've done well, and as majority of us anticipated, that you go through our normal constitutional provisions, etc., etc., Ghana is safe. We thank you again for that. There's peace prevailing in the kingdom. If the outgoing illustrious president couldn't set a good tone or set a good tone, a lot depended on you as incoming. Fortunately for Nananum and our respective kingdoms, you graciously also extended your arm with good, ample opportunity for you to meet the president, outgoing president, and the two of you together, everything prevailed calm for Mother Ghana. We thank you once again for that. This is an important and impromptu meeting, if just someone else, but as you touched on, we shall reserve a lot of the detailed discussion because there's a lot to be done. Because most of us have, at least I got to know it through TV3, that our ministry is no more the ministry as it is. There's a lot to be done structurally and also with regard to how we interpret our constitutional standing and provisions, and vis-a-vis the Chieftaincy Act. What is most important to most of us is right down from the word go. I think this is an opportune time for us, the National House of Chiefs, to once again go back and reassert ourselves. J.J. Rawlings set the tune after taking over and created chieftaincy, etc. and so on. Those of us who are old men now, I had my 86th birthday 4 or 5 days ago. That is 31st December, you already know it. He re-established the Secretariat under National House of Chiefs, the then President, etc. So we had direct control, direct negotiations, dealings with the presidency, till subsequently other leaders changed it. These are opportune time for us to review all those situations and masters, but we shall talk about it in detail when it is time. Your Excellency, those a bit belatedly, but since you beckon us to be here, I'm rather turning it around. We graciously welcome you, sir, to our first meeting as the Standing Committee of the National House of Chiefs. We graciously do welcome you, and once again, congratulations. You've done well, and as majority of us anticipated.
When the honorable member was talking about delays, he's a legal practitioner, and he knows that the traditional court system is also plagued with a lot of delays. You also know that sometimes they disregard the fundamental human rights of citizens. During the tenure of your own government, Afoko, Gregory, when a court of law ordered that he should be granted bail, you still callously detained him, and he's in detention now. That's a violation of the right of Gregory Afoko to liberty. So these things occur whether you are dealing with the... When the honorable member was talking about delays, he said...
Much is now the turn of Honorable Agnes Namumulate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Let me take the opportunity to also congratulate the honorable member on his nomination. There's something that is on the hearts and minds of most Ghanaians. And if we all have a way, we'll contribute to ensuring that it doesn't become a headache again. The issue of the inconsistency in the power supply, given the nod, what are you going to do? I have seen you do take some pragmatic steps to aid the president. In the long term, what will you do to ensure that our power and our electricity supply stays on? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable nominee, what will you do to ensure our power stays on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we have a current installed capacity of about 5,260 megawatts, a dependable capacity of about 4,800 megawatts. We've just hit a new peak demand of 4,100 megawatts. Our grid system is very, very resilient. We've upgraded a lot of our lines from 161 to 330 and 331 kVA lines. So they are quite robust with a lot of injection of primary substations. The first problem we need to address is the issue of fuel. Fuel supply is a major, major problem confronting the sector. Currently, we have a deficit of about 40 to 60 mm-scarf of gas. If you take the gas from ENI, gas from Jubilee 10, and then gas from N-gas, and you put all together, you still have a deficit. And so you've had to be depending on some level of light crude oil, some level of heavy fuel oil, and some level of distillate fuel oil. Our immediate objective will be to bridge that gap. We've met Jubilee partners, we've spoken to the partners and the operators, Talo, we've also spoken to Ghana Gas. They are currently doing 100 SCAF. We are confident that if they do some reconditioning, they can increase it to about 35 more. And that will give us a lot of buffer. So once we solve the fuel situation and we have some liquid fuel reserves as a backup, we should be okay.
Much is now the turn of Honorable Agnes Namumulate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Let me take the opportunity to also congratulate the Honorable Member on his nomination. There's something that is on the hearts and minds of most Ghanaians. And if we all have a way, we'll contribute to ensuring that it doesn't become a headache again. The issue of the inconsistency in the power supply, given the nod, what are you going to do? I have seen you do some, take some pragmatic steps to aid the president. In the long term, what will you do to ensure that our power and our electricity supply stays on? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Honorable nominee, what will you do to ensure our power stays on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we have a current installed capacity of about 5,260 megawatts, a dependable capacity of about 4,800 megawatts. We've just hit a new peak demand of 4,100 megawatts. Our grid system is very, very resilient. We've upgraded a lot of our lines from 161 to 330 and 331 kVA lines. So they are quite robust with a lot of injection of primary substations. The first problem we need to address is the issue of fuel. Fuel supply is a major, major problem confronting the sector. Currently, we have a deficit of about 40 to 60 SCAF of gas. If you take the gas from ENI, gas from Jubilee 10, and then gas from NGAS, and you put all together, you still have a deficit. And so we've had to be depending on some level of light crude oil, some level of heavy fuel oil, and some level of distillate fuel oil. Our immediate objective will be to bridge that gap. We've met Jubilee partners, we've spoken to the partners and the operators, Talo, we've also spoken to Ghana Gas. They are currently doing 100 SCAF. We are confident that if they do some reconditioning, they can increase it to about 35 more. And that will give us a lot of buffer. So once we solve the fuel situation, and we have some liquid fuel reserves as a backup, we should be okay.
The plan, which I have discussed informally with His Excellency, is for us to have a whistleblower agency in every district. And then to publicize the procedures, create a hotline where if there is wrongdoing that is happening, okay, we will, that hotline can take, it can be the regional chief, the chief state attorney, being called and, a report being made so that he can then, with the police and the other investigative bodies, investigate and then, ensure that the wrongdoing which is being reported, the evidence of it is gathered and so on. So in every district, we'll implement it and then have a hotline that can be used to report, information about corruption. So the anti-corruption institutions, okay, should not be thin on the ground or centered in Accra and, depriving ordinary people of the opportunity to report, acts of corruption. Well, of course, under the Whistleblowers Act, when you report and there's a recovery, you are entitled to 10%, a percentage. And I remember that in this case that a whistleblower was actually paid. The Honorable Atachia, eventually, if you want to, cross-check what I'm saying, you can ask him. The Honorable Atachia represented the whistleblower in his pursuit of the 10%. We agreed to pay when MPP took over. There was some hanky-panky, and then the whistleblower had to go to court. So that is an incentive, for whistleblowers to report. So, Mr. Chairman, we need to operationalize and make sure that the anti-corruption institutions, the anti-corruption measures permeate all the way to the local level. The plan, which I have discussed informally with His Excellency, is for us to have a whistleblower agency in every district. And then to publicize the procedures, create a hotline where...
Number one, will you abolish the e-levy?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, my position on the e-levy is well known. I do not intend to run from it. I've written articles against the e-levy. I championed opposition against the e-levy. I still stand by them. Mr. Chairman, the e-levy is neither a direct tax, indirect tax, or an excise tax. I don't know how to classify the e-levy as a tax practitioner. Mr. Chairman, it doesn't mean that I do not recognize that the e-levy brings in certain revenue. But the fact remains that the e-levy retards our progress towards a cash-light economy and the fintech. We need to abolish the e-levy. I have said, and I'm on record to have said, that given the opportunity to abolish the e-levy. I want to restate that position, that if approved as part of the first budget, I'll be privileged and I will announce that we will abolish the e-levy as part of our first budget, recognizing my earlier stance and the commitment that His Excellency the President Mahama said that as part of our 120 days agenda, we will abolish the e-levy. We stand by that, and I can assure you.
On the vexed issue of the National Cathedral, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice directed government to audit the project and investigate any misuse of public funds. Government is enjoined to follow this directive and will soon activate such an investigation into the project. But on the future of the project, the cathedral, I believe that all of us as Christians must forge a consensus on how to achieve such a project without recourse to public funds. And this project must be achieved at a reasonable cost. In the current...
Abusia ma yanchiamo ne sama makwaba sonkom. And Tuesday, January 14, 2025. Ebraso sa yesin kunya near the hot social political program. Yatuni dinsia Pampaso fiti sabre ekopem se awia no nine bebo jibre na ekanti me ho na fenso yensom Ghana ya from Ransford R.K.B R.K.B asedan koma production team no Elvis Sabiga Patrick Asford ana Prince Brakon Alaska B omadarma ena nei omobomachidom na yede dwumadi nso atimi atoawo na yatena si ekita affiliate stations outdoor woman ye corner crowd na fenso woman atimi atretre yeshie. We are live on Facebook Radio Gold 905 FM okwa like page share feed never comments ebra at appropriate time ye bejibre na fenso yetimi akenka won sem nyina ede ama ne mebo mo homode se messages outdoor am beba nyina no ye be kenka dodo na nso atimi mahu wadwenkyira wonso wofa eye dwumade ho na enema ekoso no
onso so magana fonso etimi ente wonka eti ko Facebook a obetro de amane yen na Facebook number baako 0599922922 0599922922 WhatsApp messages SMS ni nyina no o de fa ha ebekenkan ni nyina e de amount yekita affiliate stations adwa womo so ne yeko enakra na okọ internet ne so a www.radiogoldlive.com your official website no okọ ekita radio app bi edaso na chance de akokọ strade odon sa pem so a akwese okita radio set kem ofie ana wadwumam a wutie yen 90.5 FM ne super pepe tuning app no juma simple radio app demo kwamno ne a stations ne makomaku duba komamechia ni me na me of Big Dream Radio Vicenza Italy oko Italy abrochimemo a Vicenza mokro baako Big Dream Radio eho na butu a etwagu anya semketo oko US of A eho no nana santebafo one ne team no wo so edam ewa Santiman Radio Houston ana afi omo a enso aka ho ko France ayi kro Paris eho so ne adamfo pa Radio Ra Isaac Oponjomo ono so ne team no efa jumari live a enya sem keto antie kai na yen sharing so information centers across board over 1,000 ewo Ghana omunyina atie yen ewo the various communities a eno so atwa Ghana ho enso atimehia oko multi TV ne so akwanya ne emienu multi TV radio channel no on Sabeka Jumari be live the same multi TV na no Kevin Ekobedu Taylor one in the ghost team no we are live on Loud Links TV on multi TV from Monday to Friday 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. 3 solid hours Jumadi no ebutu so a enya sem getoa etikai na ehye so efam yatena said nei meno kasai President Mahama eko the northern part of Ghana Boko to be precise ho ena krako piem eden woko details no ewa ha before sana President Mahama ebetu ne to akọ Boko ene anopai no oshia the security couples mechre security agencies ahodo Ghana dia Ghana Police Service, Immigration Service, Fire Service and soldier for no account nyina da empanifo twotwo ro da no nyina no ena no pai papa no atime show mansana onso to the to eti details no hanom yebedi sa enkomo no enrada yemma me yem papa yenuanom yeyerenom ene ye girlfriends a wo di dwa e kantamanto wo ne President Mama Chia na ayensemo a na mu hwam efa eye marketer eye nipa bonfo bi akwakota kire atwa agatu ahye no wone ye maamenom ene ye papa nom ye nuanom adi nkomo enkomo be President Mama enum diye details no e wo hanom ye be kire ne ye ko ene ba sanso and the ministerial appointment ba so last week 3 nominees enra abrewa ayipumakwem vetting akoso amanipa ne miensa metre Dr. Akuritinga Dominic Ayene Minister of Justice and afinso Attorney General Office one ena oko occupy ofa ura Dr. Kizel Atoban Forsena one so ba Ghana sana hene enra wono ena vetting no wodi kan etena kunwa so 4 solid hours na otineto so yeto questions no eman left right center na chese wono so agye abonbo wo wansane nyina kama timise amafo astarte bobo na baso a enya sabgetwa John Abdullahi Jinapo aka JJ ono so enei energy sector no omampani nana omampani John Dramani Mahama wono eno abodi din se enei omara mehwe saswe honum enra ono so ekoye a chese yatimi watimi ahwabo a bibia so atimi akonkan kama bibia akonkan kama a chese enra yatoto questions no so aje mano kokotwa ene na go governor o hwe na o former president Samri otamangu biase mangu die biase wo nima police station akire ho no ma aje se samangu na start aso amangu aso awiabro die namba awiabro die namba aje se woni ne nkraman edi agro ewo ne garden muti President Mahama asem ena migusu a mekaniti yebehwe na 3 nominees and sama hodo a yetobo wom ne yefa anyina mahoden ho ne yefa ɛyɛ sɛ obi de obi bɛkɔ kɔɔto na pɛpɛrɛpɛrɛ yɛ ɛbɛwie pɛyɛ no ɛno nso so the justice system no yɛbɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ ɛnɛ yi ɛna afei yɛn sikasɛm na finance minister designate wɔse ɔno ba a wɔba no ɛnɛma bɛɛ mmiɛnsa ɛna da n'akoma so paa sɛ Ghana yɛn sidi no wate aseɛ wɔne ɛyɛ dollar ma bɛkɔ mirika biara sɛ ɔbɛ stabilize yɛn sidi no sɛ edwadie nso bɛtu mpɔn na ɛmabunu nso anya adwumayɛ. These are the three pillars the finance minister designate ɔno nso gyina so a kyerɛ sɛ ɛnora ɔkeka ne nsɛm details no ha taxes ahodoɔ a aban a na Danko Akufo-Addo di anim ebi de sɛ betting tax, emissions levy, ɛna afei nso ɛvɛnɛsɛn COVID levy, any other levies are on Beku Ghana no was say you don't need to put so many taxes on the Nkrofo and San what you may man there be what you obey what you say sa taxes in no the next year budget about cover the entire year. I'm talking about from the second quarter about copying the last quarter of this year no we see who say those nuisance taxes in no aban bɛhwɛ aboa na afei nso atumi ayi afiri hɔ nti yɛbɛhwɛ ne yɛdi saa nkɔmmɔ no kama a ɛnya asɛm ketewa nti na kyerɛ sɛ ne yɛteɛ no no the oral team yɛfrɛ m sɛ wadi ne wandi no kwampa so a wobɛyɛ dan wobɛfe the oral team aka wadi ne wandi no kwampa so a wobɛfe owura Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa a Yao Dom Level Raymond Archer owura Nathan COP Nathan Kofi Boakye ho biam naka and Martin Pebu, yes, fantastic men by all standard. One more and a President Mahama was say a politician be I'll be dear na one for Pampaso na or manager Padia Aqua di win some our Quambonis winning no. Sa posifui and call rounds. Metron one more politicians for a posifo, yes. It will proceed ayache yate Ediama a year. One more politically exposed. Meso money pain. I just our manager Padie Alpha Pampaso could do seminal. Na enra and near my buy na ayasefem and sase a bind dear. Ayatunton ministers be atunton dia momunianum and sasia a bind dear. Na former vice president be a sinidan I was so. Ninano details no pictures sidan ye and ne yebekom na fenso yahwe. How a name so basic for call. Men fan sanka fidina ha. Ayo gold 90.5 megahertz. Ransford K.B. enemy din. Na ena kwakoye ebenada ne die. Ayo power time. Yes. Power specialist Herbal Hospital Dr. Akosua Duaya holidays ni hu se momi ba ha. Na wo twam gomdim se ayi say udije pa. Because who DJ party is a winning bopa. Mommy be DJ ye. I just say or DJ pa. Then yasam getwa. Dr. Akosua Duaya power specialist about hospital no. And a Dr. Pania or Danwa one and a team of doctors, nurses, one moment day a bano. Sir Yamfa or Barden Sano and Saya Dia. Or moment day and ohonum. Na Simadu yenin komo and for power specialist about hospital. Nebonsu. Me am chocho muncho na na guy papa na official po
afeko batie yo
na bibi aboko de
Yankopon adom
yasan ahya afefo frase
sanity
and then afe no anya 14 days and then afe anya 14 days near 364 because this year November say leap year February no enti February kita 28 days enti enya 365 this year I think this no Ebenya 364 yes. Tafeni etwa 14. And I kwano wa papa. Kwande ye ndimu wa. Papa. Ezebeko o yebeko. Ne odi etwa last year no. Odi betwa afi we say. Se bibia boko de.
Yankopon adom.
Doctor ho ye de. Wonne na pamfo. Ayafo a ye nuanamo a moso me ade.
Ahoden kwa.
Ye na nyame ase. It is Simadu Yenin Komo na Yanshania at the moment Matifor.
Meda say Abusia Yamu Akwaba Power Time Bread Aso Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Yadin Jeffrey as Dr. Penya or that hospital and the doctor. Akosia Adu Aya Hodimo Bibia Bibia Ojebre na utie Power Time. Debi Ayensama Yakano Ayabakope yɛse adanse papa nkrɔfoɔ edifa power ho TV so radio so internet ne mia hodoɔ no wɔn so bɛka adansedifo no bi power specialist about hospital dodo no afɛn yɛn last stop yɛ Kumasi wɔn kran ɛna yɛwɔ Takra de Kumasi wɔ feyase yɛne Jasper Flint station di nhwɛnimu wɔ Aputo gya kontra se kwan ne so Lake Road ɛna yɛwɔ Akra wɔ Kwabenya ACP kwan so ne block factory no edi nhwɛnimu na afi Takra de wɔ Anaje Estate Customs Road yɛne Senga Washing Bay no edi nhwɛnimu numbers ɛdi adwuma na yɛ miɛnsa misra fa mu bia wofra branch na ɛbɛn no niama direction aba hɔ na wabɛgye wayaresa numbers ne yɛ 0555 797878 0200 383831 and 0244 544422 Monday to Saturdays and ye de aye adwuma oba ye nyabre wo nipadua mu hwehwe nipadua mu lab papa bi a wo hia se ma ye no ba ye di fidi behwehwe mu so hia se ma otwa scan so hia se ma ye x-ray bibi biara asasa wo ye ma ye hu ade pote pa koso nipadua mu no Power Specialist Cyber Hospital ye mfa nya akwadworo ye be ye sentry se da bia meka se ye treat just symptom ye tackle the cause of symptom ye tu ade no ase na yade no kwa ensan mabiem tinyesa waka se uti o ya pani atwere drama dabi tipaye niema bebre yade bebre betwama uti apayo malaria betwama uti apayo typhoid hepatitis B and C so moja so tia betwama uti paye se o pressure ekosoro dodo a bi ho ba hwere BP no na ne number se 240 anya sam keto betwama uti apayo woni so betimi abra hwa betimi atwa hwefom sabi constipation ayem tim etimi di tipaye eba entinya so ka se uti o ya no ani ama wadro obi de eyewei obi de eyewei ne course no ya takoda course na ya re ne kwa ensan emabim nti ba bia wo bia ne yade bia hya wo so acha wo de anante abre eye wo sa wo yade we de anu ana do bekɔ wo mu a Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumasi and Crime anase eye Takrade se yade ba ko hankrofo pa obeba no wɔsia na memfe ye me yade kopie me sisi achi obaye ne lab obaye ne scan obedom suko no na eye kidney stones anya kidney stones a na ye kidney cysts anase renal cysts na ne kidney no ho aka stones no abehyehyem cysts no kyesa ahono a ensuo aginam entiama ne mfe edeba ne mfe fom hode kofa ne chise no na eye ne ya na ehyehye no na chidompam nyina eye ne ya na ne nase nyina tatai obadaba nyane no nim nyina muomu ne nim nyina honhono omia na atom ne nipadua nyina waye hojo woso say ya kidney cysts and kidney stones ya dia hankrofo samre Mr. so akoye scan bi ne so was a problem we ya baby asasa do ani kire ba kopɛ Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital fatty liver na nani aye very yellow na ne yafuru na ahono aye kutu obo okra na ascites esa ka ho kyesa ensuo eta ne yafuru no mu na ne yafuru no aye te sese bi oba pemfo no na wagegya dem se ya na nipadua nyina waye hoya na chika se mututu no oye de kakra bi na wabre ase heat bi woni nipadua ni mu Mr. Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumasi and Crime anase eye Takrade hepatitis B eye yade ba ko a wiase nyina ase ani adro nenso enmonyam ka nyankopɔn ni se Power Specialist Herbal Hospital yene nyankopɔn adom ya gye abasobɔ ewiase ha Ghana ni amanone ya wa wodo ahodo bebre yene hospital ba ko pa nyankopɔn adom wa ma doctor akosia adua ya hamanura ya de sa yade we etu ase hwem efri eye unipadua ni mu wo ba anya sa ka sa hepatitis no ane amu odo dabi e be mo aye profile no dia confirm sample ya re no ewo ho e be your liver function ade ahwe se liver no e function ye e mo ano aha liver no wo ba ye viral load count ahwe mo adodo e wo unipadua ni mu wonu maduro no kwa ni mu kakra be sam wo ye biem ba hu ba bi e so atia koduro ne anu ama wadi da so ahye nkran se ba bia waba no waba the right place nyakopa adom e ho ba ye last stop ye betu ade no ase ama so ho timi aton ye ne hospital a ya gye awodo ahodo efa hepatitis B ne kon no ho wo de opa ko internet na gogo stop hepatitis B cure ɛdin baako pɛ bɛba ɛyɛ Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Bia obia a wotie Power Time. Sɛ ɔyɛ wo sɛ wo kunu wo yere wo ba na wo nua bi wo dihye bi atest hepatitis B positive a Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Kumase Enkran anase ɛyɛ Takra. The number is 0555 797878 0200 3831 and 0244 544422. We ye bema ana we your ba wo Johnson sam enkoye kakra bi na Johnson de wo kwa ketua bi na aba wo chimansa na Johnson aba bema bi Johnson asabi wanwene ne se dendenden wayeyire no ho dendenden sense Johnson na eba no ne bema mu ye ne ya ne bema mu ahyehye no Johnson o Johnson we oten kasa Johnson bi akam o Johnson we ne moja edi akire obo kra Johnson eba ni nyina eye moja nko aye niam ede ba no edoso ebetima your prostate bema ebetima your bladder eye cystitis ho asem na mekan ebetima your ureter na so urethra ebetima your kidney ebetima your untreated infections bi emani bebre nsusu was a problem no Johnson a na se ahyehye ne dendenden na se eye ne ya ebia wo bladder no e problem ebia wo untreated infections bi betima de sa ha on abrow wayase timi research aya ya de copiosis yachi tumrika bra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumase Enkrana se ayeta krade ya na obo no ha nyina ya udidi na aduane jenjabo indigestion ya na ni onsanu nyina titiriti ya na yefuru no asa emframa agina mu akomde wa yem ya aduane to yem ya udidi mi yem ya obo so kra na ache kra wana bia na obedidi osa etimde sa problem no eba oba ebe hwe ebe boa ebe mu oduro enuane a emwa se obedie ne ebe kyerɛw ama nso so yade no yetu ase afu ni paduane mu obedie ye tipaye obetitimi dwane se den ase na ni nyina eyi aba ne wa poso nyina ayo mbre ne wanum nyina ayo nwono obi ho no nanum ye no nwono na poso ye ne mbre na awodene ni ade no a de ba na dwuno se malaria tibabi okra na okwa lab mpomu nya ni bi simtum no nti no mu agina so ade atwa malaria drama no enso ebia na nya malaria ya na metaka se hospital won ma okwa doctor na nkasa hwom no hu se unni malaria but symptom na wo nti yesi ya man malaria treatment miwa no lab ye ne malaria nim ebia na ye typhoid malaria and signs and symptoms no meka ne se ya de kora ne sa enti sa what treat bibia fi se ye malaria na enko Fabra Power Specialist Hospital ubani ya hwene malaria mpa ba mu oduro betu asen ten anya malaria na ya typhoid so ye oduro ho no ma betimi di amount so ho atimi atɔ baabia wo bia ne yade bia tena so ache bia na Fabra Power Specialist Hospital Kumase Enkrana se eyeta krade wo de ne pampa bɔne na owo wanum halitosis eniam de ba no edoso ebia wo ye diabetic ebia wo so wo liver problem betimi ababa osro wodi na bia wo tirim obi de aye sinusitis obi de tonsillitis ne nyina ne timi de pampa bɔne eba wanum ba power ebe hwɛ de wo de ba ye ne aboa ya na oto ase twetwu se ya de fa osiremu onanko kobu onantu begina onantina na ayetitiriti wo ya ho bibia enye ya na nipa de waye dududu waye titiriti utia famo ase ade bi tare ona ase Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital bone fracture do mpeni wabu pain oba yo bone specialist ebe kansie ne adache no emfa ha bia amro titiri ni nyina no ba ebe yo massage kama yo massage center ho no mo a sa titiri ni nyina be free o say blood circulation no betimi atake place ba bia wo bia ne ade bia ha wa yentimi aka ho asab no Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital yakopha dom ya sign at the malamis no abedwa so bien what test malaria positive a edura ya kanfo de ama eye edura ya malamis moja so ate wonu nya ode wo hia edura ya herbal tonic ne nyina no Food and Drugs Authority registered jatum ade amayen bomode so ba hwe kira kwan wo Kumase Enkrana Fetakwa de Kumase wo fe yase yani Jasper Flint Station di enhwanimu wo aputo ja contrast kwan no so Lake Road na ye wo Accra wo kwabenya ACP kwan so ne block factory no edi enhwanimu na Fetakwa de wo Anaje Estate Customs Road yani single washing bay no edi enhwanimu bia ton haba no bia no kwabenya yenro no enso so ebi wo no ato freyen 0555 797878 0200 3831 ɛna 0244544422 Monday to Saturdays ɛne yɛde ɛyɛ adwuma yɛde wase sɛ berɛ bi a wogye berɛ na utie power time nyame yɛ adom adasa ne saa berɛ yɛ nso yɛde apɔmde ho nsɛm no ɛbɛbrɛ.
Okay, Nana, medase nyame hyira wo. Nana bonsu na mote ne ka power specialist about hospital for akache. Dr. Kusiedua ya se yade bi etete obra. Na fin so onhwemo na enya ofahodi yade ya papa. Yade ya pa. Okay, so news na mo fremo mo ketenkete na mamentete ma na main business en chassis. Owura Samuel Awuku, yes, A.K. Same Awuku, member of Parliament, Akuapem North constituency, under President Akufo-Addo, na Ononoye Director General, Edema National Lottery Authority. Report ni Chirimua, Accra, Power Assistant, still Alanko Shenim Senka President Mama. Ebetro Krata Kachin say, one far a year, Evanesay, the Dibran Phantom form. Try be 1 week in here. Our President Mama take you over, no still a letter in my to London. At the end of the Saturday, I didn't end the Aquano Bede or Beco. It's a knee, what your crat had in the Yuma Dina go form. And he or going to me grant now, but officially no. Or no, so say on Champion Permanensa. It is Samuel Ku, our new member of Parliament for Akuapem North constituency, Eastern Region, now a Director General, Edema. Lottery, yes, National Lottery Authority. One no, and ne, 1 year Director General beam, what you say, the time, and Yabolo to Swa. Nina him Sanka GTV4, any a day, Evan saying, contract in the mom say, National Lottery Authority, a bind the Ghana, a television, GTV, so you bind the and the time, no PP time, no me, sir, contract, no muchum, or mama, ECG for me, saying. GTV4 oma molo to be and could be a private station wa nim dada nya feda mbebodi wa nim dada nya feda mbebodi ti wa beba no na wa mehunu same ba ye na man fontani luto but kakra no so mbedi na ban timintua etina jese eno so no na position ba ko a sana no bosu se yan hwe ne fa no kosho okay Papa Bakuno is CEO, yes. President Mahama, I revoke the appointment of Edward Nanaya Quarantine. You could school no. Yes, for quarantine, but the 10 crying, it didn't obodong. And Tia quarantine, ne 10 crying, quarantine, 10 crying. Edward Nanaya Quarantine, now a CEO, Edema Minerals Income and Investment Fund. Menoka say, report in Chirimua or no so President Mahama officially from the office of the president Yarivoki the appointment into not just near tier and so I don't know Adib Sani a security expert senior Temenka Unia Boachini. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Minia.
Bibi Abakodia.
Poko Yanko Muswe.
Nyamia Dom Divine Selection Akain. And then 8 days, exactly 8 days, your day President Mahama see a dear so. As a security expert, Osha inauguration, no, a choir arrangements call dignitaries by emu a year Burkina Faso, a president, I nim choir fast be the president, or by nay to a share no home. A man for can say maybe, but in no. Bonibia and see a creative mom be a medibone. Yen come kakran for whom say near issue na fro on holiday, but yen share the whole show. Any 8 days so far. Initial comment.
Well, number very for so. Inauguration, I must say it was on point. But before inauguration, now your interim security coordinating team and we share the composition of the team. No, Omunina. Or might prove beyond reasonable doubt that he deserves to be there. General Blee or a former chief of defense staff, nobody can doubt the credentials. I mean, Kofi Boakye, young in India, the time Ashanti Regional Police Commander. Obi to say General is due to former boss of defense intelligence, and also our very strong intelligence background. To be Kwashi, former national security minister, and also Obian in the credentials, Obi to say Larry Beblolati or a lawyer. Apart from the was Ghana as a former national security coordinator, and also our rich international acumen. Then you were Prosper Bani, former chief of staff, former interior minister, also our international, expertise. So team Nudia, you can see there are the men, and I was not surprised to see the orderliness. Inauguration. There was a security breach. Ibrahim Traore, Anka, he wasn't supposed to be armed. And yes, security breach. Everything was pre-arranged. Every single thing. Security breach, when you are taken by surprise, and the SCN poses a threat to the security of the event. But when not threat, yeah. So
not just there was an agreement, Meboa.
Absolutely, 100%.
I see.
So beyond that, close protection, everybody is armed. Maybe the only difference is the fact that it's being displayed and brandished.
Okay.
And it doesn't make sense. But now the president of Ghana or Oman, then go back to. But I mean, that's not how things are. Exactly, and it's the show of strength, a show of force. So I don't know. Now, going forward, and President Mama was here security chief.
Yes.
Then immediately, very important issue because we are here. It will pose an international risk to the buying of them. Anything that is critical, Mama would have to pay attention to the economy. All right. However, the only surprising thing is the fact that one constituting a full security team. So you need national security coordinator. So I would have thought that before Obameku move, she would have had a full team set up. But we to bet me a preliminary visit just to show commitment. But beyond that, I think for any effort to make headway, we need to have the full complement of the security team to Obiabet then would bring peace to the area. Aside that, fire disasters, any community of CCTV cameras. Let me see, baby. I don't think a is because if you go into the market, you don't even see the sky. So, any cameras, because the cameras, if it powers over the market, it will just be viewing the roofing sheet. So, as I said, government will have used this as an opportunity to rebuild the market. Story building, multi-layered. So, at least down floor, then we would have first, second, third, fourth floor, free. So, as I said, make it well structured. Put in place the necessary safety protocols, fire, alarm system, your friend is CCTV system, any of the answer. But within the current outlook, it's the same old makeshift structures, very susceptible to fires, any of these. Okay, so I think government should really look at this and address it. But beyond that, intelligence footprints should be enhanced. Keep an eye on the aircraft, be able to pick up bits and pieces of information, and hopefully, you're better to prevent some of these incidents from happening.
You have a market in so, but you share Boko incident, and I say issues are. I managed from Boko in recent times. A 2 out of 2, you should be. You bet me, I can say, Abaya Sessa. And the former commander-in-chief, I'm talking about the immediate past president, President Akufo-Addo, on the security heads. From one more arm wagana or Kwambiso.
Okay.
No, you ever caught Niasha, dear. You ever caught Niasha because me per angle be. So let me see whether never get be hano. Actually, I say that the public radio so tea on my time kakra. Korani you no movie as you no movie a. Sa no mahanti Adib Sani ne ne din komoti President Mahama ewo boko sesia me no kasa yi na ohwe ye me ba chobra Facebook enti President Mahama soldier for kana asisi no President Mahama eba e say soldier for honom you tension about the northern part of Ghana for the past 8 years ejua kwa na ejua na emuasa hwanyan ejua na emuasa hwanyan but 8 days ni President Mahama buy why meetings outdoor and nay ochia security couples ni nyina medical cultural so ochia couples ni nyina no madi nkomo wie no pa osese wotimi kɔ bɔko na menteme ho ase a esi stakeholders outdoor a ɔmo bom ni nyina no ɛso wotimi hyiehia wɔmo ahemfie ɛsɛ so wɔkɔ ahemfo ɛwɔ hɔ no mo ɔbɛhwɛ aboa na afei ɔmo nso atimi akame wɔmo nkrɔfo down na somdua aba no ni nyina sa meetings ni nyina no bɛyɛ na bibibia nso atimi de asomdua aba eti yɛbɛhwɛ how nneɛma bɛsi fa kɔ eti when President Mahama ɛwɔ bɔko ɔno wasi afi ne kaa ne mu no President Mahama na asi afi ne kaa ne mu ɛwɔ bɔko na kyerɛ sɛ n'ani abere sanse north no fi enti se fie nwo a na president a wo ye den wo da wona yes efie nwo na president a wo ye den wo da wona te se wotimi kofie na issues out wo fie ni nyina no wotimi ne mpanimfo a wo mo so betimi ahwe aboa na obia just adwobrɛw atimi aba ni nyina no na wotimi ahia wo mti wabawura one of the palaces ɛwɔ hɔ no mo a kyerɛ wɔkɔ akɔhwɛ aboa wɔbɔko sisi a wɔkɔ akɔhwɛ aboa no afei biribia nso atimi akɔnka kama nti yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛho ha wa nneɛma bɛsi fa atimi akɔ yɛ nyinaa so de mpayɛ ɛta akyiri sane sɛ woyɛ biribia na wobɔ mpayɛ whether the Bible na ɛbɔ the Quran na ɛbɔ wode nsa na ɛgu fam no wamfa ngu fam yɛ amɔ mpayɛ ma wonyame no asɔm no nanso mu a ɛyɛ ana nneɛma no ɛnhyɛ dɛ ntwa yie sa nti ɔkɔ no nyinaa no wɔnim sɛ ɔkɔ no wayɛ kandifoɔ deɛ say bibia timi konkan yes President Mama so aba media ebe yi sa na tie ne papa bi ne me din komo no ka say boache afina Ghana nya leader na ade ne ya ne say President Mama entimi nko 8 years continuous say nka otimi nya sa akwanya na nka President Mama ebe sesa Ghana o se nko ebe sesa Ghana because so share enema kita no adwene a wo fa governance ho ohwe ne commitment level just adwuma no wakyerɛ sɛ onim adwuma no so na sisi akra de experience no aba more into fa pen ne paper na so no okɔ a otim sɛ onim ne ɔyɛ zanse ifia watene mo pen yes small girl na how nana
ɔha me pa
we no normal o say ye wo bi ofie ne ya de atiase na me can say Boko conflicts for the past 8 years Boko sheda nwe eko na ba eye aban otwa mu ne security couples enya omo for the past 8 years no ena ntimi anso anu ana say adwuma na so chen wom
well the thing is not commitment be in with respect to Sabuku and you know, and the commitment was hard. Yeah, sure, say, oh, Uncle Boku, we would have solved it long time ago. And Oman Penyen, I think he mentioned on a number of occasions, these are to ensure, say, Sabuku is resolved once and for all. And the fact that we're share security heads, shows, the commitment. And already we're home. And I'm hoping, say, by the time probably in the first, trip, we should have, had a strategy to deal with it. But my only challenge, I know the fact that you knew security arrangements at this point. And so, for example, Yanni National Security Coordinator. As a result, I'm wondering that we are obeying, but I'm hoping that immediately obey constitution the security team, then the coordinator, then we deal with it much more effectively going forward.
What can commitment be as say na commitment level in the a commitment on the part of the former president, and I said the security heads and now almost show commitment to Boakye conflict.
Well, the thing is, commitment on the politicians, I think it has been a major issue because Anka.
Okay, Lionel Asan drop it. Lionel Asan drop it. Lionel Asan drop it. Come on. Lionel I drop it. I don't know. Lionel drop it. You better how because of commitment as him. Ajuma bi aso yena ade no one say interest ba and a commitment be ba. Say uni interest commitment level no enkosro. So president na notice no on an uni interest or the northern part of Ghana in same and I say na issues net here. And security couples no one more can be rumor about a bambo from National Security, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces. Well, CDS nene Crawford no. Omona na one any interest woman. Eti yebeshe hawa commitment or cancer no. Commitment now cano. I think that's what you mu na face. You hawa. Enema besifa ako. Eti nache se netie eno say your network issue Ghana telecommunication for idea one more issues are yet no issues at all but many times about for anime pon a lot of engrofo on the show today nti monyan term kama na fi yanko na ye humranti Adib Sani ene no edin komo Adib Sani ene no edin komo ti yebehwe na yato aso Dr. Agbozo so aba Dr. Agbozo so aba Dr. Tweben Mike no ye nin komo me ma official pa waba obronya de enne okato enye madia o free hanko aha me so for back o say only physical cash ene koyi bi free electronic nim was ene ko twimi bra Dr. Bibi aboko de
me Johnson na boachi
official panso so
afi kese enko hemra mesan ho de bia
ye nin komo simadu
de bia na ye hia se ana eni agi ma me ma atifo nyina ene ahwefo nyina official pa me ma Ghana mpanyimfo nyina official pa hwe so pa wo mo de hwe my Ghana ye ma obi biara official pa ye papa nana adanse ne de nyame adum nyankopon adum nyame adum ba
menim say run a promo during holidays you know and ma ko saying na
nana na unim senchire ni nyankopon ye ende na anodim. Yes, because I had a bar here at Bozo Herbal Clinic last year. I did what I feel. Na Uba Hatch, there was so new in the Babasha. Na Uba, what be ages nibi. Na ye car, so wet to me, I can ye. The only me that done. Is here a queen in the chance. Intina was a wankasaba. Now measure the air coso. Now boom say 80 years, say 75 now. Oh dear, dance here.
64 no.
Stand now.
60
in the end. I feel about pension. Tell only the about the stone.
Okay.
But ye pay 80 needs are 70
plus no.
One home said, do one I can't say, or mobile me. What I see. 18 I know what I did. Moto we said, Yes, no man has an expiring date. And I know your model. And a bearman we are a bearman yet. Intino. Samu to your mudi chili banon so no. One more bow almost wow. Let's just say a day I walking. And yes, I will canoka. Yes. Intino. Akbozo dear. Bet me aka say. And chilling come from Hunty and can be brave. Then mom dear bet me I can say. Wow, young my and a dear, yes, shall cry a few dear best lying.
Wow, young my, no.
Wow, Mark Bozo her back clinic down. Now, 25 sexual issues, Emma to oh, dear, your wife is saying yes, or be a treatment, oh, best lying. Oh, dear, Brana bed,
oh, Miss Rocket,
best lying. Now, no over Cordobo say yes, well, man's racket. That's Anna Sebi and Rueding. Oh, enti brana yenye wedru na sexual problems no etwentwa erectile dysfunction yebeyi efri ho premature ejaculations yebeyi efri ho e de amount prostate enlargement no ni nyina ya de a yebeyi efri ho e de amount na me ka sei ya de bi te say infections ahodo gonoyi syphilis ya jiw mojem ni nyina no ye be ye fro pulse ya wona ya na ukoko bui eba ni nyina ba ye be treatment ama typhoid fever agbozo herbal clinic ye be sa any amount infertility last year no waku awo sa be pemne we dey awura 2025 me pa cho January na nka wa hye woni ama sentem into upe ba sha say treatment ntem na me sha wo boss uba agbozo herbal clinic pa in a month time no se problem ne yo ire no se ye wo be ma no ni nyina nyensa be den ebeba mama wo oba nkran ha ye kira kwan no ye wo kwashiman ye ben kwashiman ahemfie no pe na ye wo kumase nso ye wo dichem so mean 5 old insurance janche ho ne edi adwuma na mom no o pe ye kira kwan wa akra ha no ma numbers no 0241 75 0282 0241 75 0282 0241 75 0282 0241 75 0282 enti bomodia se udi weni be kire agbozo herbal clinic se o Ghana ha wo baby o ye nana onim frɛ ne ne ni o yare ho komowan ahaban ene nubra tukan ko bebia enti bomodia se wo be fra agbozo herbal clinic se problems am woni o wa brochiri o wo Ghana ha fa bia wo problem bia da wo so no frɛ say erectile dysfunction e how me pa cho ye be boa wo when your infections what treat ya enko na na infections ye tie ni nkrofo bibiri nim ni treatment obi wo hard ma wanya me fa ne so wanya gonorrhea ye nya nipa ba ko pe enye nipa ba ko pe na nya o wo yere a ebetumi abase wo no so ayede enye enti obi tumi ba me ncho doctor unim say syphilis ya na se me di akina enko wo but no ebisa ne say o kwa yare sabia o do yere kan wase debi oba nso tumi ba was many infections, discharges, medical hospital and Nasaba. Maybe that's so called Ukruko as a day. Infections in your idea, sound nipa back. Into the South bag goes to her back clinic. Now the gonorrhea syphilis, and I say, you do so a muki cow, in Sabia be good bema was see a goose, you pampa when I oba any ukrumra. There was some munina no more than Magia. Sani treat infections, a mebium. Tana infections here, the gonorrhea, UTI, and as for a sign. Into your friend is sexually transmitted diseases. Into the bombardier uba, and your own quana sebi, or your intercourse, bearman quanya intercourse, or banquansu yeding, and your intercourse. Into mumino, infections in the babacuma, they are a best sign will be so. Into the sabi in previasa. Say, o pesa bearman ginaso, na emuye ding, now to muse yes, a jumani bearma abefia a agbozo herbal clinic. Me patcha also ena air how, me patcha also air how. Ni nyina na agbozo herbal clinic this time yes sa ya de ni nyina typhoid fever medical cam fibroid no no ha adwi papa what you say it is a typhoid fever ha wa ni nyina no ye besa de amount o wo e bia o how bi e bia na hepatitis bi kra na ha wo kra ni nyina no to bi ma niama bi esesa woni paduanum o be ba agbozo herbal clinic na wa beja yaresa me pa cho o wo temane ni important o be friend was 0557 402696 0557 402696 2696 0557 402696 Anna Accra Kwashiman 0241 75 0282 me number si amunti mi nyampacho WhatsApp enti no ubetumi asa frame ewo WhatsApp se o amonani wo Ghana hanu ubetumi asend message de afa ho no na agbozo herbal clinic ya hwe wo yie papa enti no Bomadia say over friends Sierra and now be my WhatsApp message. It was 0241 750282. Infertility and a hawa me pacho. Bomadia say over by a share show. Prostate June so to me me pacho show. Infertility fibroid prostate nina ya de dawson intimate to me and can na no nkyere say yensa hepatitis na how nina gozo hebakling zebra na ye behwe sa ya di we nyina ye den the amount diabetes na cost high blood pressure across the amount member some na ye basa ni nyina ye ade a oba agbozo herbal clinic ye beboa number no 0241 75 0282 numbers no 0241 75 0282 and tema 0557 402696 0557 402696 and Kumasi ebia na hwem internet no so na wo Kumasi 0553 417752 Kumasi 0553 417752 Kumasi 0553 0553 417752 ebia na Kumasi DCM so made 5 vote insurance junction e Kwashiman ye ben Kwashiman Chiefs Palace e ho ane e Tema Community 25 Savannah Junction ye ne Dev Track Estate ne dipem askasima ba ko na ebe no asom ye adwuma from Mondays muntie me ye tie for Monday ekokopim Saturday Sundays no after church agbozo ye adwuma ye papa ubetumi afre yen make say we are ubetumi afre doctor na ne me edi nkomo ana ubetumi do message no afa WhatsApp ni nyina me fafa 0 message bia WhatsApp message fafa 0241 75 0282 make say on from 0241 75 0282 and atema 0557 402696 yade na mabobo so no typhoid na emfansion ulcer na how ni nyina hepatitis ni nyina no o de ba agbozo herbal clinic hepatitis B o de ba ha no agbozo ye be hwe ni nyina de ama nti afi yesi yade no yesa papa de ama na mom no de ede animu no sexual problems na de agbozo ye ho adwuma dendend yesi no man has experienced it me pa cho me de ma no asi enti bomode na frame was 0241 750282 and 0557 402696 Kumasi 0553 417752. It has a so team same time this week.
Okay, yanko yanim Dr. Agbozo bedase. Ose Mate, member. R.K.B. 2025 is not a leap year. It has 65 days. So 2024 was a leap year. Okay, thank you so much. We Jacob Noy. Noy our no. Ono so den de Abantina chese ne tie no bi say 2025 okay leap year kita year 65 days and leap year we see 366 enti na chese eno so enti ni nyina ye kire se ye nyina ye suan de eno obi azo so etie show no enti na ne tie no mame na me homra me ba ye beto aso ye be hwese be sanya deep sane biemu a yɛne sadia na videos out of efi boko eba no de yetimi amana suna fi ya because yehia ɛyɛ asomdwe de ebo mind ti boko jua the northern part of Ghana jua na yentimi ntra krom ha ma ɛfa bako ejantom sa in terms of conflicts enti anamo papa era president Mahama atuo ti ase yɛhwɛ na fi so yetimi amanfo hu ne yɛkɔ ɛne ne eba yɛba sisia
yes, I'm going to be Shasia. Mama Hanya Kum, Yadamwase. Say the men club of Ghana.
And then so we have a pumping and then so. The Martin Peter and I think then so. Aha, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Prada. And then so we have
life inside. Yeah. No camera inside. Okay, return. No camera is return.
Of the service chiefs and the intelligence agencies. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, first of all, let me thank you very much on behalf of the heads of the security services and agencies for receiving us this morning. Mr. President, we are here to join our voices with the good people of Ghana and the international community.
They enjoyed Ghana so much that they were not in a hurry to leave. But I want to thank you for the good work. This last election has cemented our reputation as the leading democracy in Africa. And a good part of the thanks go to you, the security services, who have maintained the peace. We still have threats to our peace that we must continue to look at internally and externally. Internally, to do with chieftaincy disputes and some incidents of armed robbery and things like that. Externally, to do with the threats on our northern borders. And so we cannot let our vigilance down. There should be no vacuum. And so you must all continue to work, as the CDS said, zealously, to make sure that there's no breach of the peace in the country. And so I want to thank you for all the work you're doing. We're working hard to set up the Council of State so that we can start to put the controlling boards of all the services and all the government parastatals in place. And so once we have the Armed Forces Council and the Prisons Council and all of them set up, all your service councils, we're sure that we'll begin to look at how to manage things in respect of any outstanding issues that exist. But in the meantime, I expect you all to work very closely together like you've been doing and continue to keep the country safe for all of us. And so I want to thank you for attending to our call at quite short notice, and to ask you to continue to work in the interests of the people of Ghana.
Of the service chiefs and the intelligence.
On Multi TV. Tuesday, team Nabedu, come on. Tuesday, team Nabedu, come on. Incoming presidential staffers.
Odudaji. Okay, I can't buy petition. I welcome it here.
There be.
Obo nyom no Kumasi Cape Coast one more tamale.
Okay.
We are on massa.
Katamari.
Okay, so uko Kumasi obotia. Uko Cape Coast obotia. Uko Sunyano obotia. Ai. Ubotio umbotio. Ya be feel.
Ebina me Anthony Akwewa Hamane so. Anthony is a security expert. Anthony, Avichapa.
I think combating me never man.
Na bibi abakọ there.
Yemena dem me never man watching.
Quickly, yeni komo we fi honom na yenhwa de President Mahama and Nano Pay Asia, the security couples. I'm talking about state institutions ban bambo omo na womo edimutintima papa. I'm talking about Ghana Police Service, Immigration Service and other security agencies ni nyina no. One empanifo na share owie na wa proceed to Boko. Ni nyina Boko conflict. Northern part of Ghana ehonyo. Yehwe 8 days ni a papa yi ye de si akonwa kase so. Yehwe na ma wotu. Ne se so far ohun ni say.
Yo. Me never ma minche we see for anyi wa hwefa wa jobe na oti we na wo hwewa no area break. Well, my first steady statement. Meeting with the security couples I would term it as what we call strategic security engagement. Now, strategic in the sense that obi biara oye campaign after coordinate Guado within 8 days. Now, within a short possible time, no, over meet such security goals, no. It tells you there the knowledge when it comes to matters of security, no. As a president, in the case of John Dramani Mahama, no, I must say is a top notch. Why? So we share within the issues, which is both domestic and international security threats. Me did there as a president, you know, on Inda Odado. On meeting with the security couples, you know, and first of all dealing with the internal security threats. The major one are able to market there in respect to conflict issues, as in ethnic conflict issues, are all Boko. I think that as a president, Dam and Mono Lutuno, especially trying to use the dialogue and negotiation approach, you know, is in the right direction. And I believe that was started in the very right, and we need to support him for that.
I see. Yemisa say the immediate past administration, no, and I'm show interest in that because I spoke to Adib Sani and he was telling me that I said administration back on na commitment level no ever form. Then share how our approach President Akufo-Addo, former President Akufo-Addo, and then appointees far so. Say because a general sabe pem sabri, our President Mahama who the need to intervene quickly said about and conquer for half of Rubia Mano. You share the commitment level of the past administration. Now who they say?
Well, when it comes to matters of security, leaders are what command the powers, you know. Obia wane approach in handling security matters. Apart from the security approach, you know, individual leadership nankasa so obia wane philosophy. Now, say compare Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo as a president or as a former president to John Dramani Mahama as a president. Obibiawa only matters of conflict relations and that of international relations. You know. Studying from these two leaders, you know, there, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo is a realist leadership approach style, or in other words, you know, leadership style, you know, in terms of handling such, you know, conflict, you know, is what we call the realist approach. Now, realists, you know, they like to use what we call power. And at any point in time, you know, it's very difficult to trust the people who are within the conflict and other the stakeholders. And see, on them there, JD Onangasa leader, no, with the people involved in the conflict, you know, always, you know, you want to use the power-based approach, where you see soldiers and the police operation team day in and day out, you know, brutalizing people, all in the name of making sure that the people will know, say, at any point in time, you know, you want to use the military-based approach. Now, going with John Dramani Mahama, no, so instead of any leadership style with his philosophy, even was there or a more liberal. The liberals, you know, they easily give trust to individual actors that are part of the conflict, you know. And they try there on use the collaborative and cooperative approach. And suburban there, at the end of the day, when you allow but nothing. Now we negotiate. Now we make
use of the dialogue approach. Now, Obibiawa, or a part of the conflict, will benefit both politically and economically. That is the approach of the liberal. And John Dramani Mahama stand for the approach of liberal, whilst Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo stand for the approach of realist. And in the international relations domain, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo onye the Burkina Faso president, which is the coup d'etat, the gentle leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Yes.
The Boshe ni relationship with Captain Traoré compared to John Dramani Mahama. There, at a point in time, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo sees Captain Traoré or Ibrahim as an enemy to Ghana, and it reflects on record. There was some few skirmishes on them. The former president Okodi consulted the U.S. in that perspective. It's on record. Yes.
Report to US for.
Good. So it has to say he was using the realist approach, and the realists, they don't trust individual, leaders within a sector, and they always want to look at competition and the power-based approach, as I made mention. Compared to John Dramani Mahama and the approach he's trying to use within the international relations, it will be of real there, Obibia Bakade, a cool leader, now a democratic leader like John Dramani Mahama, they inviting even his immigration, hour or day. That tells you the kind of leadership, philosophy that John Dramani Mahama wants to use. That is the liberal approach. On him, the threat, the threat of terrorism, more or less, today. Individual countries in Burkina Faso and Ghana, we are all facing them terrorism issues. And he believes in intelligence sharing, he believes in cooperation, he believes in, more or less like shared security strategies used by the two countries, in order to combat or to defend the various countries against the terrorism group. So, Ebisaya, these two leaders have their own philosophy in terms of leadership and in terms of approaching to security and conflict.
I see. But I have said security has in our Ghana. Wabetowom. So, Ebinum say, and Kawabai issues are now honum, woman Timia Moa, Ama, Yetimia Sano, Ebiana, or more approaching in your Antikawabai, and as a matter of agency, Sene or no so, a Timia Shas, Sene or Kawabona Basono. A Konosu Timia Bona face, so obey appointment for Frobia. Umper fresh ideas are almost be Timia Boano to resolve this matter once and for all. Do you agree with them?
Well, Minabama, in certain context, I agree with them. And in other context, I beg to differ. But let me go detail for you to understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, yeah, I am a training flow.
Okay. Now, yes, meanwhile, I can say, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on our appointee, Dr. Dampare, as the IGP for the Ghana Police Service. And then in the military sector also, the CDS, Four-Star General, or Pampaso, Akufo-Addo now appointing. Yes, there's this belief there, Obibiawa or Nyobibo survive in a certain environment, It is because they have or they share one quality. Only thing when you know to survive within the environment. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, leadership style in a way of handling conflict now. Because there, or beliefs there, the IGP, which is Dr. Dampare, only the CDS, they also have that similar, approach. That is why they have been able to survive. And it's to my point one to be the CDS and the IGP. But the answer is there. Individually, so we share the IGP in person. The question is, so what is security approach? What is next philosophy? And then compared to that of the CDS, what is the security approach and Nankata's philosophy? Personally, if you are analyzing these two security couples, in the sense of the IGP, I must say, study him from afar, Also, our that realist, security approach, especially if you how or handle some of the security issues within the Ghana Police Service. I believe that those issues, as in how our Nankaso handle some of the conflict approach, the conflict within the police service, it's also say he's more or less using what we call the realist approach, whereby at any point in time, he wants to show the power. Only at any point in time, they say police even say, there, you are not by his side. What he must do is that he either transfer you, another he either find a way one guy you won't feel comfortable, and that is the realist approach. But in the case of the CDS, I can tell you, say he is not that type of. He is more of liberal, and the intel I have, you tell the soldiers will tell you, say he is somebody they really love, and he's somebody Lankasano, he's ready to listen and to make sure that he use what we call the dialogue and the negotiation approach in terms of handling conflict within the military domain. But look, in terms of the security approach by these two security couples, it all depends on the leader. Nanado Dankwa Kufaru, in any moment, in any time, we want to instruct the military in combination of the police to use the force approach in any of these conflicts. And per history, historical antecedents, Ebekaya, a shaman, Mosi was shaman, a soldier for a movie at that very night, Omoko Kobu a shaman for. Look, that operation was sanctioned by the president because the chairman is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The CDS ultimately saw there or move the soldiers to a shaman without the notice of the president, without the sanction of the president. And so, moreover, say, in terms of the internal security approach of this particular institution, more of the directions, I can say, or they to me, you're pushing on the president and the approach they intend to use. Apart from that, individual security capacity, so we can also look at it from that direction.
Okay. Okay, so Anthony Akwe, a security analyst. Nenka anamotie no. Ya sanita no hanom. Ya maha.
Mejoso.
Bibi aboko de.
Ami adom ne nshira nkwa.
Yede nyame ase asan hye biom.
Hye biom. Amen enchia.
Eno ameno papa alaji tanko di nkomo so kumase.
Oh, okay.
So kumase.
Yede ami ase.
Yeah.
Nyame sanfa ne mraboko. Me enchia BOT. Na me share one of our international man and also Edina Biamkra. NS Boakye, okay. I'm say
senior me junior.
Okay. And TM say your friend is saying international chapters no. Omo nyina aboa na ma ekon ye no. Abedum pempenso adi their contributions and their encouragement. Eboa down ha pa.
Matisa fi Australia, New Zealand there. Every month we have a cover. Sana Matisa.
And I'm fan visa no. Inti Australia, New Zealand chapter. Ye chiamu nyina Kelly Thompson. Ene Eric Monenkrofo mo nyina ye chiamu mo aboa ye pa. Enye ye nko mo aboa in this party no. Ye be ye election ye humo contribution both physical and everything. Ye demose. The more my home pictures be more. The only things I mean home website no. Maybe because it's not a general but omo boy a parent. Ye chia mu na ya chia Jet Morgan, Abed Boadi, and ni Brown. Mo boy Togo one baby I will be a chia Alaji Razak Harun a chia mu na local chapter. A chia Alaji Tanko. A Godfather one. The triplet and the twins and a hajia muyachi omunyana. Enti eneya bani yaba. Mean to me can say my ban wa bem. And so me to me I can say my ban wa bem. And that's it.
Okay. I mean chat to me. Yabandi otaka sa semina. Okay. Honorable Siama, former sports minister and President Kufuado.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the Kabino. Or say Abandi and Abashabudi Nikita Airpress Woda. Oh, me this car. BOT.
Ransford.
We be about call here.
Osheye.
I'm say let the be about platforms or yada papa. Or yada papa. I say the guest number. Timo akwa mama no. Okay. Say we be about call.
Oh, they be aye ho ye.
I
mean chairman me apani. Na tadi dey say about ban say any da.
Because see obi aba no say for we go jubilee house. Why then?
Asma me kan ye say.
I'm here to top you as I go
there. Oh, family o. Uza me kan say Niccolo Machiavelli can say me say political power is sweeter than sex. Na ebi mu ne me gi achinye ni ade but na confirm it. Said the Niccolo Machiavelli can say political power is much sweeter than sex. No, it's true. To me a day. I mean, chair Menua Comrade and his Boakye. Largely, no, you know, if you want region, I could afford to buy a no, then share any moon. Wabeti Timumi and San. Bones are bones. Whether it's Bono is a half or now Bono, we are one people. I wish him the best. And no be kind who near did you strong. Now, my chair and this symphony for Titro ne His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Meno Kasa Boko Patemuho. The obey be ye. Now, is it then Ronald Duncan, Archbishop Duncan Williams?
Yes.
I'll make some prophetic declarations. Obi bi obe wish je am well no, e be see ya man.
Amen.
Obi bia nso so obe wish no ill no, obe nya so akatua. Because o ye bosheba. O hwe de ye firm ne or how be brain guasia, you know, we give thanks to God. Nti said the psalmist ne kan say wa bra boy mu nsem ekoye ma wa hwe na wa fa ho wo ho efri se onyame na do ma ra kwa o
pastor konsu na ya asem no
we defamation we say minya edoji sesia na me frɛ Dr. Anyina Magdamus you for defamation me na ka kiro oh nti se me ti sanyo no pe etimi hu se no ene me hwe de wa security couples no salute to jema. These were the same people protection crane and farmer no, but just after victory IGP salute, Commissioner of Immigration salute, Chief of Defense Staff salute, which is a sawabre so God doesn't need a committee to bless you. Ade ba ko na meka kire ye party mpani phone nyina titro manhu video be from other sister network platform and now the regional organizer for NDC Greater Accra no wash show be so ye best no tone it down kakra. You see near me pushy MPP co-opposition here some of the public utterances ye nyina ya investment or party no ebi mu de omo sika ebi mu de omo adwen ebi mu de omo botom ebi mu de omo hoden. We've all worked in diverse way. Run for me one principle in life and we are in this senior see asem we na fasho kotokum. Yemfa dede nchekrom for. Yemfa dede nchekrom for. Enuntina oko CID unit they have overt and covert means in apprehending criminals. Yaba baimu. Ye nyina ye nim se nkrofo no demand na wu. Sa wo pese wo take any step. Ede preventive bonia. You must go through due process. Mama ye matu meaning right team too much na enkoye say ye ra man for car away from abati. Look, party no one shisha yo. Oko national or national chairman. Oba regional, your regional chair. Oko chapter or chapter chairperson for. So Greater Accra is a swing region. And we should be proud to say out of 34 constituencies, we have 31. It means a summation. Omudi tell who say, oh, and this said the region mama, how will you manage it?
Your magic two of him. That's set one.
Thank you. Yeah. So your best say some of the utterances he made, I can't repeat it here. Mean to me repeat it. But yen kai who say leaders are classmates. Me honorable Ashemo, meaning any personal relationship.
Yes, I know.
Meaning, and I don't intend to force myself to have one with him. But the irrelevant is he is the head of the region. And it's only the cry certain languages avoid it. Regional Council of Elders for Greater Accra NDC, where they made the grant to a Simon. You should call the regional organizer and sit him down. Yahweh none tantrums no twaso no can. Ebema ye vote ye nya no so be hyase ate. You may think say aponche ni dwan na eti kroketo abim. De bia na aponche koba odi atenantwe na amanfo ka che dwan se dwan. Tu nu aponche fu na ne huhu ya oye onya so emfa me ho. Da kro na aponche. Koka na man him enema guye. Yes, ukun ne ba. Na esi o wa committee musuo. Sacrilegious. Enti yenyi apaye.
Okay.
Apaye na ebeyi na between aponche ni dwan. Aponche no no kokun na hema aba no. Odi yi apaye enye ye ho na ebeyi no. Ye be kwa akofo odwan. Enti odwan na otena ne ba bi o se de na aponche ye mfa ne ho no. Edu se ye yi musuo no. Ye do dwan ne ko yi musuo. Regional organizer and seminar can na no on TV SYZ no. A very unprintable. On inside politics, a very unprintable. No matter what the regional chairman has done, don't go on that tangent. Because you see, Sewona we regional organizer in charge of mobilization, no. Eka Sansen, some people in so can will be able to defend it. You can't. Power na yenyan is too early to show muscle. Mina minimum of flat staff house. Mina mi way no.
Because what I know is say what power okasanko.
Also now what two way. First, I need your power. You ban na your cat.
Obeba na me home free am dey.
But say no one. I was say yes.
So me ka da me ye cafe.
Yes. Oh, say your bench books no. What you say? Say to me in the bar, you know. You have to be moderate, sober, humble. Even if you are not a peer to be. Because politics is a game of the optics.
Yes.
Until regional council of elders, me the man who see on the prelims, no. Me the Jantu esimu koto game. Say asem kesi ba Ransford Franca insiso. And bola suja etimi shikuro nyina ba de sha sen keten wani mra wo so no na atra bola no so abeshi kuro mu. Nti regional organizer must be brought into certain restraint order. Party panifo ne ntenase. Because when we ya waka wo SYZ. There could be the tendency, say, be other online portal can pick it and trace the story. You know, Afobe Huno, na Greater Accra now, what G31/34, no, na Babe Dane Ako adverse outcome. Intimidate, yes, some crowd come. Political power is sweeter than sex. Mahama ba ye cray nyanya show, but they be me where nije. And I may catch there, my wife say. For the mere fact, I mean, that's what Kufu on your president and a mamma me.
But I never do hear about Bayana.
Massa. Mrs. Saudi agro. Me follow defamation suit against you. Because you see, a lawyer for what NDC muno me pe edoji.
Na how did you
me do be ma edoji.
Yeah, on the madam for no.
Ha me so me mate.
No, how did you have first born?
Okay, fine.
Never pan me.
Oh, I see.
Edi o de me kwa nyi.
And
attorney
so for the mere fact cross me that's run no pa.
Yes.
Me so me TV na nya Akufo na kasa. Me okay. I don't want to see that face cry again. That face no nko. Ama me satisfaction.
Yes.
So be so TV na Mahama gina ho. Be ma obeti asem on commanding him for say sorry. On kasa ba heart.
Akufo say oh to watch him. To watch him.
On kwahwe voter hinenu kanten say so we start ko school dying. The kind of president we have today, with the greatest of respect, it gives me comfort. Enti ye besre party for no dia mon kom ntokwa no wodan nachi
ma won fa ma bon
Niccolo Machiavelli asem no say political power is much sweeter than sex.
Okay, Bernard Odo Techi no Bernard Odro Techi R.K.B aka Buga ma dudu okunu o say no I say an afiri enkrata 7 nyama finance minister Ridi aye ne budget na and I best started in krata na ba eke Musa Dankwa. Okay, so Prince Henry say ebisa say o constituencies now o adopt here no mo na we ne
15 out of 16.
15 out of 16.
Yeah.
Okay, Prince, so that's the answer for you. But I say me and my senior brother Ernest Boakye US of A. Senior Akwaba.
Yeah, ja.
Bibi aboko there.
Oh, nyame adom bibi aboko. Na mo so he.
Nyame adom. Come na dia che.
Kaka. Ezi o abem.
Omo no. Yes, Jadam.
California.
ama Biden say wa ho aka bia $700 or $770. Me never be ashe wa kire me never be ashe wa kire on famra. Na US boko dia.
Oh nyame adom bia boko.
Ya nyame ase. Nyame adom. So far o support wa futuo guidance our dear mind so yani so. Yeah, yani so. Then we adopted one of the pieces in the MP. Asutifi North constituency, Honorable Ebenezer Kwekuado. Yes, minim support her the man. No. And then Oba show ni suno catch him say, "What's what you want to do? Obi ama home boami o." She say, "Ask him." Or no now catch him say, wafa a bono side no. No, or steady 2020 election results no. Eno who say yema Ebenezer pusher. Ebenezer will take the seat. No ma Ebenezer for the first time kasa. Shia na your man sa platform ya nyame adom. Or no so e dia win and or a member of parliament. You are producing MP not one. Ebenezer about twice.
You share how one.
I'm winning here about twice. It will produce MP na or it was
reading and then I will say 1,950 plus.
Yes. Okay,
yeah, no. I don't know. There's a little dynamics we want them to know. Because say, come, the young people so. Yeah, you said the must so many platform. Also the koi or the obaso and
politics no plan as a bia keke na odi achiri.
Oh, baby, starting no. I'm saying Mujemu, young man to Miss Crawford here. Maybe Mujemu, I made NDs from SS.
Oh, okay.
Mabusu never finds 70% or 80% the NPP.
I see.
To me, Kwan, my fans, NDs ni. Yeah, from SS teacher training to university.
I see.
Yeah, and you know, Mampo campus. Yeah, 10. Me fancy me plan me
Una team Mampo campus no.
I think first squatches at once so okay in university.
First squatch for so.
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
And I'm also some former DC, you know, baby any anu so. Na kwaku bo ahen. Yeah, it here the organize me na organize all man other student here on organize here T10.
Okay.
Oh, na me be what do you call it? Sometimes we say research and you crossing here. It means I'm call akrokere.
Okay.
Yeah, akrokere na meta kopa kwa information to we want to know who says must call 208 say you who know. But kono ye di kan ya first and information no. De omo pe. Omo here toilet, omo here nsu, omo here say. To kono kita primary information de come omo. Yeah, say this and no so me boy now. Me Barbara Sewa on some quite putting agent or honum. Now, Satam na your 2 abano. A corner friend red. The person more shares aqua, no idea.
Okay.
It is 2 abano. I can't do no red. Shares our share number, no say, you know, NDC NPP. Not true is NDC, no, Yendi can ye
I see.
Miss me, ye, Modi 100 year 10.
Yeah.
So you are so rejected. Inca crab was rejected. I'm catching tea. I've read both from CJ. You two are on the 8. Today, no, that's a year costro. It one more bomb was this is the first time in your percentage, you know, I
see.
And then this berry. I'm preparing 208 at the call runner for the winner. Yeah, so I'm not in politics, but you pay.
Oh, I see.
Maybe one man next Tuesday, meet him.
I see.
Tuesday, the town on beauty. Betty, and the interest in the week they swear on.
Yes.
Yeah, you may share Thomas. Say, Miss Lou. Yes, sir, my mini in I'm sorry, quite. I'm saying, number time crab.
Say, take over.
Mammy, Australia in I'm so ready. You took Mamma Crump and one. Mammy, take over. I don't know, I'm sorry, quite. Until they wouldn't ask what's in here. I see.
I see.
My yabo.
Oh, I need a didn't come about the health system and how we change Juma. And we were discussing about BB. How about the health sector and President Mama can employ more.
Yeah. Let me say,
yeah, I'll be to my share.
Yeah.
The benefit.
Let me say, me nurse or me home health.
Okay.
Now, home health and the way I sit here, no, once it's quite different. The same thing.
Okay.
Now, also, the hospital, that one bed, so a day or night, no scared of a blown. Yeah. I remember, say, you and a second to me send information to man.
Okay.
The wife of young insurance.
Okay.
But they could insurance. Police come secretary. Yeah. It all have issue there. I'm taking it very, very serious. It's yambo being quadria drew, na dear to us hospital, na dear chance a bear insurance company.
Okay.
Ya bounce ya has say no. Obi yalia on say 3 days on pala biko there as an autonomous.
Yeah.
But it take be 7 to 14 days. There should be such the primary health care, free primary health care.
Yes.
But with me as I have doctor, I power system. I know I started in front of Kenya's half region. But I don't know. Sebia Aberwa be a bit master from 55 to and above.
Okay.
Because Aberwa no hospital enua. Or your man biko de palanoa. Or per 3 days in autono. In Tobasa hospital B in the 3 days no one tono. Hospital C, it at the end of the month, and also a hospital is bare 4. I see. That's a 5. By baby insurance and so on, which is the government, no one ever saw be 1,000 Ghana. Yes, I could. By this case, it's your fat nurse who feel baby, nurse your diagnose, you know, be a witness company. Okay. One for bed companies. Neither your diagnosis, mirror for diabetes or blood pressure, be crude than a 9 BSA. With one frequency means be a number of days you have no. Say be a blow say the once a day. Okay. Can you imagine that a nurse know the few about for 45 minutes? We're educating because it's all about the medication be taking, the blood pressure and the blood sugar. We're educating so mama and check a saying the whole month on call hospital. It in this case you save 1,000 Ghana cedis. I see. It is one nurse no offer be a deeper 10. Week and was sure no. Yes. In this contest, no save 10,000 Ghana cedis. Nurse eventually can save you 2,500 and 3,000. Japan so save. Yeah. And I remember Madame Fubakon, the man had Tomakuma so my best friend or UK say, or my man yale kakra, and of course, but na pacemaker some the body there's a support no nakuma. It will buy no from doctors when said Dr. Dumasu does went man church mancher and so pacemaker seen the tea and seen the tea. To one of them say Bema, Mama call hospital, no quite doctor so be na come operation. Na the big cro you do crump to na me o time so there be tisa a pacemaker the share hole across a magnet never support no was Bema that's it. Now in the nutshell na my bahasa say na some brand aspirin no no am dem here am dem sa ko e. Eti one man of them say wo my Mary, I'm so then also I'm so offensive. What's all this education in him because what time so sad because we heart problem near you know steps and say off steps steps grump no and I'm on for Viagra boys here so what also no steps ujai unya moderate be all lifting no I believe to be all lifting in so to do bathroom and my ball to all this education you know ya the manual Ibese Usika, in the Sulba Crono, Abroa, Obeko Hospital A, Hospital B, at the same month and be a was to be 1,000 Ghana 4, which is 4,000.
Our health, a national health scheme.
Yeah, now by Sabokan. In this contest, one nurse, your diagnosis, Mamia Abroa A, or blood pressure will say the frequency be at the whole week, you know, Obeko once, and that's a base be a crude and a night. Or call twice a week, or call me any crew. Yes. It's in this contest, be at the whole year from 1 month, the whole month on call hospital, 3 months on call hospital because for next year or call support no, educating no. It will call hospital has to be emergency be a oko. It's in this contest now me bompire say ya man benya me bonidi. Say you have pressure to a president so by bompire say man be o me no benya. What I do believe say she has a knowledge in so US into knowledge for home to do know their young partners be a beauty bit me a link and say oh mammy say anything now you know about buana health insurance and so it's major now ban so it must whisker. I see. Yeah.
I think that His Excellency the President Ura John Dramani Mahama he implemented something of the sort on your door. And we
don't know community.
And we 2020 no. Can say come once but it was difficult for him to explain in this contest because now what I said be free from Pennyford say home health. Normally but now explanation into me meji. Yeah.
But only I don't know
the
mobile van no. Call Crasiana. No many cheap compounds no. tibia
home health no de ebia me fan say ebia half kanyase half kanyase ne wo unit bi wo hodmo bia ene hospital ye adwuma ebia hospital na ye adwuma na ye adwuma together ne bia nkumafo wo ho no a be 100 ne afa wo mo ebia chew mu ya diagnose or nurse wakwa diagnose wo mo ho bia ya de it in this way no ebe hu say mami ama obehia nurse once a week, yeah. Auntie B obehia nurse twice a week, yeah. Auntie Adro obehia nurse 3 times a week.
Me try no nurses for no kra na ya yemfa o mo no. Ombenya adwuma ye. Na we say no so hanom. Na help insure okọ na o bill o man no obaji adrusin no net to
because at the 1 month to be hospital be at 3 times, yeah. 3 times.
Who's that no can? Me for instance, me area. My wife will tell you consider only other agent to person who turn in term. To me ba ho no ma drama catch us me drew for 3 days after 3 days be akwasibu ache nurse. Make it a patients be 10. E wo me community every day be me chi omo so. Me ko hwe omo na me wi amapon. Me kofie. Bibi sana sabruchi for no and you make but more man ne send na President Akufo-Addo economy ne treat him because when say mo nya kakra mo shipping him about fee sikasemo mo send but send na system ne
with the sort of poker the idea well you ne obeto we
obeto be organ mo money
yeah because cause all the car ban no yeah o hwe duty to gusu no sometimes no be off car no madam baako car no turn no mo me na man turn the club but ko dey ba the process to Sunday man say car no RAV4 2016 akọ 109 also the babeton na say damage kakra bi na na won see round turn o turn no mo a obenya for some others what dey ba
yes
now so dey call Ghana kwaje fans also the car baby turn na say say also the call be am church of was what Kenyan say mo to osa ye na dey no turn or to more than so the Ghana no then na you know yesi no yesi amanfo si dan
yes
oh masa because the bia no bia ko USD to Ghana cedi obi a check ocho obi afon so obi a check ada say cost was above from cement it is the technical and the more than yeah
I see
more than
okay Ernest Boakye Ghana near or 2 years of age yes when this in the share mapa waba town Boga so about town, then say Pampaso for Niagro. Means a personal relationship. The Kosibu Achene and Boakye Swaho. There's a dino a ram in the cop. Your Frau DJ or Cra or a Pro West Prime was say Member the MP Kofi Emmanuel in Tekuni and Bernard Odo Techin Swabaso said 2024 elections, you know, was a mobile Juma pa honorable Bojuma a winning the seat. And a beauty so 15/16 not just why there not just a 9 t or no but aside my chance a few honum so far issues no do so pa yo wo na me mo so total 3 nominees Enra and vetting the course wa bibia akwakoda din yeah John Jinapo honorable Sansuna Dr. Kizla to force in honorable and I feel so yeah Dr. Dominic yeah Akuritinga Ayene honestly honorable Finance Attorney General Minister of Justice and I feel so energy yeah so far vetting issues about buy and then yeah a PMO President Mama so by 80 days in the 80 days in the say from Tuesday to Tuesday 80 days and just 7 days so far interventions outdoor bar ministries are near war near 30 you see I know what just 7 to agu or share boss obey appointed 60 ministers it's a man for showing him say 60 the original ministers and it should be 16 no deputies 23 ministries na ba the 23 ministries no your ministry bi o ha senior 2 deputies e bi okra na ankwankonya bi kra na say hwenim say deputy ministers no so about 21 so 23 21 16 will give you 60 pa kra emro so far you starting for no mi wa shesha yenu amozami for shesha Christopher Friday no wako kanda any numbers me for kosom ye da no ye kwasi dey so wako UPSA any ye nuama Christo for kosom ye National Cathedral and waka say see an $400 million there ye osika so manya ye mfa konkohwem san say ye ni dimpo school feeding wa hyese as matter of agency the chief of staff and the genius for committee mom na aduane bia guba bia tokuru bia mo no yensi san fanko schools no na fe nkwada no nya aduane ni na ahofo so enya omasomnue issues no doso ya sha se fia
madase ani ya sha se na mede nche mo din ama mandafo bakon wo ayoso central efreno Michael Ofosu Semenya and waye secretary within the constituency for NDC for 8 years. I also pray for chairmanship no Oluzuye, but he has still contributed his quota to the party in an unwavering manner. And I think so obi adwuma or create employment kakra ama nkrofo constituency ho. I've known him for some time. His commitment to NDC. You know, I lived at Alajo for a very long time from 99. RBC, Pampaso bi na nsenya.
I want to go to TS 99 I love Papa Natisha Alajo.
Semenya, I think say see a power ban. Yen share a contribution to the party. Nanka MCE de anka ja omo de manu anka beboa. Because ye penkrofo a omo commitment no eye die emu odin na omo support for the party no so e konkan nti me de semenya me de betudwa mpanfo na ebe chusu I pray say onsa beka na yaboa ama NDC ne Ghana akoso R.K.B. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President. I try quite am say yes, he's an experienced politician and Saturday dinner na MPP for you know. I told them say stop that thing if you want to make inroads in your campaign. Because the moment I have platform so now I can say John Dramani Mahama or your assemblyman or your friend say unit committee chairman. Obeye deputy minister, obeye MP, obeye minister, obeye vice president, obeye president. A DMB no pay. Na di obeye no waye no. R.K.B. in our setting in the whole world, so we pay juma. Most cases you see a experienced person. Until we see via odebeko kra na yehwe mbiem me ya waye juma. Nkrofo no mo ye juma. Indeed, obi per radio juma ye na ne CV ni mu no wabobo membo radio bi mu dimba wabobo radios ahoro edin ebi ababi ode be kose opese ono mo ye juma omunya hu se oye juma e wo radio gold and no is enough plus for the person to be picked, which means say radio gold e wo goodwill. It is a campaign na NPP for against in your mind against the certain president of today. Thinking say a bad dent in the image because not almost pair up paint a picture so we greedy. In the sense say why assemblyman is no ABC president
T Joyce Bar Mokhtar was say former President Kufuor will be given all his entitlements regardless of how bad President Mahama was treated as former president.
I know. There is no way, even if John Mahama were to be advised, say, punishment and also fun You see, his meekness and everything about John Mahama speaks of positivity. And for me, no, I know, say, he would ensure, say, Nanadu di Esefatebia or the Bemano. But that does not also mean, say, if there's anything to be investigated around Nanadu Danko Kufuor, Obeje Musa, the Wuhiya Constitution mandate me to for the state and the taxpayer to do for you. I will allow it to be done for you. After all, it's kind of the same fee, John Mahama Neboto. But anything around Nanadu, which is negative, will be investigated. I know he should be assured. Owura Akufo is still there. He would also receive exactly what he is supposed to receive. May sure say John Mahama on Tiso. I am also sure, say, the wives of our late president, late vice president, whatever it is that is due them, John Mahama will see to it, say it is done. But I am substantive matters. What share His Excellency John Dramani Mahama appointment why and as an first ministerial appointment and then nominations why it tells you of a person who is experienced. It tells you of a person who is ready to govern. And it tells you of a person who knows the salient areas essentially a tackle if you want to build an economy. Into the finance ministry, the attorney general, and then also the energy, which has become a bane on our head. No? These three areas are one nominating Crawford. Yes. I see it as Obiawaye serious. Now, nominees, we also know their expertise.
Yes.
Eba Ura Jinapwa. He's been at the energy sector before as deputy energy minister.
Yeah, power minister.
Yes. Nafamudi pa Edebua Ghana. And he is versed in that area. And he was more or less spokesperson for energy during when a friend is saying the misgovernance was going on under Nana Danko Kufuado. And for him to have been nominated, I am confident, say he's going to perform. Okay. My only worry is the fact that say he spoke about allowing the private sector to, as it were, get into the energy mix. If the private sector look at what PDS did. And if you remember, Owura Akufo try sanko be privatize Ghana Water. How they Aquavitans rand ebemu those days. Koku is it Koku Yeboa a journalist be. There be one of the astute journalists in this country. I've forgotten the name. Okay. But he, I think, was the one leading. At the end of the day, they nearly collapsed Ghana Water. Private sector is looking for profit. I'm not saying alienate them completely, but the private sector no ehwehwe mfaso. It is no ba so energy. Anything that has to do with the live wire of the citizenry. The private sector be so much. One here at the assembly. We know that what we need at the energy sector are honest, efficient, and competent people who are ready to deliver for the nation. She said, first a meter. As I speak with you, we have more than 20 different types of meters. Why? Because different managerial levels know what ECG no obia source for no meter. And because the Biba mini B chops more make a chops more they will approve all these different types of meters. Ebedua. Now and you know the meters that they bring in, it is the most inferior quality, but they quote the highest price. Into about within 1 year, almost say meter away, running too much, and I say meter away and channel blow. Maybe I use I can use that for an example. My current baby, February exactly 1 year. Meter fair a bohoke see. You say the idea box be honey editor. To say a phone bisa, but it is different from sa black one being on the buy. We know a box white be. Now bisa mo say in my office I have that black one, and then anchebia no mo the sa white one we buy. White one e buy me current if you February 1 year pepe no. My bar home mato credit mato me kwa makoto me nyusu box nto because me nya say mesua say emi asokurapo nti media me fa no receipt na ma kwa akoto ma de adura chi me koto bia ma chinsa almost say that particular meter is no longer being used in the system. Me who am like ni gira so ba minim dem toye nti me say ebia endu mre say ebesa media chia ko baby almost that meter has been taken out of the system. And you see white be very nice one. And so you see I redrawing enough from the system. Into MBC I will say what kind of meters ɛna yɛbɛtumi use no yɛaka sɛ meter wei bɛtumi asɛve in the next 5 years anyɛ bia nso yɛntumi ntraining nkurɔfoɔ ma yɛnka sɛ yɛmbuild yɛ meters wɔ hɔ anaa because meters yi technicians are near the building. Can't we send people to learn how to build the meters in Ghana? And I say ECG, Scamway, don't we have enough money to put up a certain facility, train people, and then we can start manufacturing our own meters? These are some of the questions. In the private sector, no, in a way, no, I feel say it might not go well with ECG. If you come to finance, Honorable Dr. Kesel Atobafosen, the gentleman is an astute economist and a politician as well. He has learned on the job and he has the practical aspect, he has the theoretical aspect as well. Questions are you bisa no 3 hours or more and
more,
even
more than 4 hours.
Questions you bisa no nyina. The guy was sitting down answering them from his fingertips. He knows what he has to do. And don't forget, he said that he was under Ura Setepe. Fortunately, Setepe is alive. He will consult where there's the need. He was not arrogant. He also said that even the lady who was Deputy Minister of Finance, Adjoa Abdul Sasari, Onumpo, he said, I will consult when the need arises. He also said that, Anda, who went to your friend in the US, our Kojina Hokan said we should wait. The next day, the economy will see how the city will. It's a prophetic, Our Kojina US can. Or no crumpo, to say, honorable, or say, if the push comes to shove, I will consult them. And I'm lucky that these people are still alive and they are around me. It means to say, Onye obi a war babeka say even though he knows no, or the one drink a baby beer. And I applaud him. I know very well, say, this economy, even though certain taxes are being removed, things are going to run better and even faster than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's misgovernance administration. Meanwhile, Oba Attorney General, Oru Akuritinga, Masa, Onye na Akuritinga o. No wakukwa unani mo bi ko kanchire se you wakukwa na ne kokwa no wakukwa with experience
exactly
and now I deputy dameboa
yes
so Mahama knew what he was doing and it appears to me that he has looked through and have seen people who are honest, credible and are ready to work. He has looked through to see people who are hardworking, and so these three out there buffers no attest to the fact that the people are ready. NDC is ready to deliver. You understand? And for me, I am comfortable and like BOT saying, okay, Minya, and obviously my kama, and I'm saying me kama na my idea. Asante Ford and Bedao Mosi in that state because soon Bonnie and that Timmy so a shemeson. Asante Ford boy, I'm a year to me eyes or size me. Ye Jesus some money na free me so. Nti me ho ayefa na ye nda Asante Ford because J na opoko my prof one John Dramani Mahama. Omunti and Asante Mase mo ye beto tiamo because ye nim say ye mathematics no NDC under Mahama aye dwuma eche mukra ye kan say moye enkrofo no. Nti governor star no as I see it no koyiye papa. And look at the steps he's taking, the security agencies. Media ha me kakra ne say Dr. Kufu Dampare da so te ho. Eno pe ene ha me. But I trust John Mahama. He knows better than those of us who are sitting here. And I want to believe, say, the security architecture which is so much porous now within the police service now, will be streamlined in the sense that the entire police administration are against the IGP. And for me, let her buy tone na enyamede.
Dear Dampare.
Yes, because the tone appears to endorse Dampare to stay in office. That is why his outfit, his propaganda machine, started circulating quickly, as if to say he has been given the no.
Only my DSC. Time my President Mama on Friday, am I a hint of Krata or directed the executive secretary, some from Koma IGP no. And Lieutenant Leaky leaked from police for no.
Yes.
Yeah. So Crofon be fair. No, ski, mama is sassy for money. As a hospital, police headquarters, why they intentionally leaked that document to say some of us see and Pamo. Ya mami Juma.
Yes. But what?
And the Juma no. Yes, over to take about 3 years. And yes, any power time now the 3 years have been investigated.
Is it Boakye?
By now, we are competent IGPR. And can you free or no? And can last 4 years elections, 2020 findings. Docket will be ready. So much.
Inti nimguasi ekura pose president say issue say investigation to conduct investigation into these things. I know say President Mahama unimdioye, right? Police for omunka omakuma onto omuyem. But yes, fact is that John Mahama will do the needful. Now omakuma ento from constable to the top. You understand? But look at how he grouped the security heads. Also nena powerful in the security sector in the new administration. Eno engage. Look at Boko. Strategically, the man is over there as we speak. And you see, Akufo-Addo on si ho. Na apieti osa apieti bomb to dynamite blast ho nyina. Up to date, Akufo-Addo on 29 si ho. What that was 2020? Is it 2022? Now a Thursday, 20th February there, January there about. Up to date, Akufo-Addo on 29 si apieti and odefia bem. John Dramani Mahama went there. Sanka John Dramani Mahama no tia kunyaso. And as ato yire nchemu etu apieti fwa, he would have moved personally. Once more would be so unko. He would have moved. A basi yanko high private jet there. Papai, or champion. You understand? Until media, I am happy about what is going on. I know that John Dramani Mahama has a motherly vice president, whom I believe he would take advice from and ensure, say, look, in my eyes, a friend say opinion. I see a governance where they are ready to govern to show the previous administration say, you didn't know how to govern. I know, said John Mahama in the Siano, says Yajama Mahama. I am confident that these steps that has been taken, these nominees that has been, and then also the revocation of certain appointments, especially the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Nipano, any Adam Crawford or more letters beba soon. This administration is ready to fire.
Okay. Yes. But I say about mama mesu otiemo. Zia mama tiemo ti yeah. Message you with him so I'll convey the message to you. Mama tiemo. Mo vice president no tiemo. Mo ya guy pa.
Crawford ye envy also. NPP for sure mo.
When your vice president no tiemo Pampaso na we ya. Na monya greetings to the team no ozementia mama no. Na okay so yanku ye dem ne hwa de messages bi aboba hanom ata akrofi say in my house one guy is doing illegal connection for about 1 year and there is a contact line to report illegal connection. Okay. Okay. Also sunyane na kwa ba ko bi wono to prepare na kwa ne to bi wa legal connections a 1 year nie atakrofi na kwa no tie Pampaso no chiwa obi dia beto jase UV grant or see UV grant must go. Alfred Mensah on Facebook one message or dia bananom Tete Abraham said, Mr. Sani, I disagree with you. In UK here, energy is run by about 10 private companies. You can switch to a different company if the services you are getting is not good for you. Okay, also the audio banana. Georgina Tamakulusu said, BOT, I stopped watching GTV for 8 good years now. Bozy Battle on Facebook said, R.K.B, for your information, John Jinapo is also a doctor now. Thank you so much. Lengi Chawina to say, okay. I say, Abruchi, I think say, Ernest, why you know say a home care worker. Okabrucha, Amazon be Lengi Chawina T. I don't know what US and or UK Mubako. Okay, or also the no. Charles Remy Morgan said BOT for Deputy Finance Minister. Charles Morgan from Ahafogoso. Yeah, you are name. Katahine for Deputy Finance Minister. So I got Pampaso Majaya. Kamajaya Krame Kokra. Tete Abraham said, I know the person why. It's Professor Dr. Grace Ayinsudankwa. Pastor now can now be body, you know. So health minister I said no say also Professor Dr. Grace Ayinsudankwa na and as about cheapest work na now person over to be baby and okay so Mobasco say R.K.B. good job. Me share live from US of A. Keep the good work. Yezu or don't so dia or they abandon now. Sir they're glad. My senior brother Eshe, Serenity McCarthy, and so Eshe and others. Not just say near no. Ben Bruce said data bank must be shut down. Kuje Jara Safari Kuje so akote eye duabiasia Osha Pampaso live on Facebook. We bacho yanko commercial break imra. Yanko commercial break imra yeba yebeto aso.
Nipa no send us a message. You know? Yes, US private sector it works well because the systems are such that you cannot swindle it.
But John Mama so be just legacy.
Well,
we can start something.
Yo, let's see.
So I agree with the panel.
Because PDS the ombe ye. We want some sooner. Work out the
Maybe this year.
Esai Ban Herbal Center, na nyuma power ye ewo my Ghana wunti. Se we onom bia, se yo boni dia ni. Yes, atemfo pan aye adwuma so no. Eno nti tractor drivers, ne taxi drivers so omo de omo ben no. Ebo ne Echire yare sa Ban Herbal Center edema. Se ye no mpem yade.
Na no madamfo efie menu nya ankwanhia no. Ehwo na ye de no koye. Na ne nkasa mu ebuse pen na okoye no. Ya nkyere na ya nche. Wode ahaban na eto so.
Wo emfidie abrane a wode kire bebia mfomso no wo. Na wode ahaban eyi sa nkonya no. Na de anigye ni asomdwa befie.
Fonsima mo ya de dimpra. Ni beje yaresa ewo Ban Herbal Center. Enkran ye wola shebi Community 16 Road. Ye be Bows City. Frewo 0244988004. Atemfo ba nyare wanyina ebejuane. Bam.
Are you ready to wine, dine? Gianni Panina Fee, your Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. Mebe Restaurant in Kwane Edibia wa Ghana, what Ghana customers home, F. Sumo Sompa, Ghana and Yani Biara Ubenya, wa Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. A bunny fufone Ghana and Kwani and Biara, jollof rice, plain rice, bankuni tilapia, na ebano and piscine palavasosa, oh, ubedi aleke wonsa, enunti, sawe ye, wojawadi, anasa wotu pro afre adofo. Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds, extra kind. Ye wo Nungwa C5 Junction, na Finsono, Nungwa Latter-day Saints, Nautica Road, opposite Princess House. Ehwano, ye day and night, Monday to Sunday. Na emom shadenson, ese kweseda no pane eduani ni ho. Na efi enyumre no num eye 5 p.m. no. Enuani mu assaulto. Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. Ewo 0244 052 012 and 0272 725 309. Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. Enyane penyina fieni ho.
Miato mi do to anya to ya Chicago Club Road ye ya dogo amanchinya goglo klonya to fi to ti manyo apasa manyo
Fellow Ghanaians are citizens of Omofia. Radio Gold is back. And so is Kokosa reporting. And so it's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. And it is the same objective, no nonsense commentary on pertinent religious, social, political, economic, sports issues. So be my guest and bring your advertisements too, even if they send the tax people to come audit you suddenly. Because you get your results. My name is Efo Daoud Bidan Kosivi Kokosa Achka Akofusi, and I invite you to make a date. It's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. See you. Ever.
One a yaren kasene no pemu yadie asweye. Frɛ wɔ 0244 988 004.
For our national development. I mean, no country really survives without an agric mechanization department, a department which really helps us to attain food security, to be able to feed ourselves.
Okay, 90.5 FM Sunia PC about Center for So Boy, menstrual pains, poor flow, wasty pains, back pains, male vitality, poor vision infections. How do you know they call PC Akachi? Yeah, Madina Social Welfare. Takrade Air Force Station Basic School 0540 740 740. Dasein Paraka School. Dasein say and they open the best wasi remedial center in Ghana and one of Dasein Paraka School. Ebiana we secondary school one papa open school papa teacher for one kwada ho adagye na ombeche on tricks ya de pass exams are Dasein Paraka School and I make for the amount 1 year pay na grade no ebe drop it amongst when your grade papa dia school papa na enko for degree bi no masters bi no PhD C also etimi ababe nyinya bi adult education one more year such to for GRE GMAT nyina no that said for a year ti ebacho your Shaman opposite Shaman Secondary School Sansona Pram tema community 2 your honom pokuase ye ga rural bank kaswa Yonyanyano Road, American Junction, Sansona Awishi, Banyard, Banyard, Awishi, Banyard, Numuha, 0244 585902 and 0244 982428. That saying was it the Wisdom Kingdom, that saying Apokron, almost so airboy, Edijumadin Airbro, Bernard Odo Techi, BOT 2025. Next week, na my pending for fra. Or the best starting. And yeah, is there no power? It is a pending the best starting power. Tea, Kata 7 year. Me person me ma so for some the Bible abeto. But on time sorry. Henti me to me for the kana ayima.
Unim said ya u sim nshira kwa ma.
Me sim nshira kwa da.
Me ma me ni na u sim
nshira kwa da. Say mama tu for not here.
Na President Mahama or call His Excellency call Chief Imam Hod.
Yes.
Menam social media na obi Sunday mene wa dress hedge abi. Minim so hu ne dress na. Nti oni bia na Ghana for. Ghana for say omo de Professor Nana Jeno Poku Adjuma na compare Samira no mo say prof dressing we there. We need the real hedge na.
Yes.
Nti na no the dressing no so ho ka no ne minim se wa hu we ya
yeah no ba ko no so gina on kra na me kra me ko to me Facebook
we kra no o ho to a obetua o ntua na to mu what I say
yeah ma me ba ko takwa a friend no Hedawu
okay
ye ko takwa no fa ni agro I was kwesi ada wa dog o ma me na me dog o ye beba thank you to and your brother mama
comedy ayo
yeah radio tour na call you afeni e be shemu kinapa so you start from takrade and important money na ora for so start here juma yes ora for so start here juma ti deke mametio
Ransford and ye trust and ye benya free First Chronicle chapter 22 verses 5 to 11
5 to 11 there wow.
And men kind in
I hope I can read
me kind we kwana me pon weye.
No, okay.
Kasa do on top onko.
And one.
Mami was in kasa mpeche.
I didn't want to know more plenty talk.
No power be have kasa bibi. Afia na me mampani yi ni ministers.
Is it about your kinkan your birthday na kinkan you said akwa ye no.
Is it about power? Afia ni yi appointees na ade adenti. This time yan kasa bibi. You Ransford. First Chronicle chapter 22 verses 5 to 11. Now title Preparation for the Temple. And that I can cancel the benefit for breso 7 woma. Tibako. Nchichemu adonumi no. Na o kan breso 7 woma na. David ye na dwun so peso si asori dan de hye Nyankopon ni monyam. Na tie de Nyankopon kan. Nyankopon si David said, "My son Solomon is young and inexperienced, and the house be built for the Lord should be of great magnificence and fame and splendor in the sight of all the nations. Therefore, I will make preparation for it." So David made extensive preparation before his death. It continues. Nyankopon can say, "But you will have," okay, I'll say, then he called for his son Solomon and charged him to build a house for the Lord. David said to Solomon, "My son, I had it in my heart to build a house for the name of the Lord my God. But this word of the Lord came to me." First Chronicle 22 verse 8, or say, "You have shed much blood and have fought many wars. You are not to build a house for my name, because you have shed much blood on the earth in my sight." First Chronicle chapter 22 verse 5 to 8. Yes, you are. The amami kinkan trokonkon same way say.
Yeah.
Okay, kan Bible Nyankopon say David is the man after my own heart.
Yes.
Nti upon say okofa Beshaba, my oma order my kun Beshaba kunu Uriah, ofa manfo iri nyina achi no. Nyankopon say himfo ba wiase nyina including mampanyi eto so nde no. The only man who was after my own heart is David.
Your mama met no call kind.
Your mama is a president, but we are talking kings.
Okay, all right.
All the kings of the world, no, David still remained the man after the heart of Jesus Christ. But this man now, nanya ode Nyankopon akomas. No person could be temple ashe Nyankopon enu.
Yes.
And then Nyankopon ka say David, "Emoja wo nsa hododo." In this asonda na peso si hyemi Nyankopon enu nyam no. Usi enye yi. Na mmom oba King Solomon na obedi ahinwa na wadi mfie 20 inexperience no. Ne so na mesiesi. Ena na dwi Nyankopon di bibi to makoma so.
Amen.
Na Ransford.
Yes, sir.
Me nyame nta ne men kasa. Minta nso dae.
Ko nta men no.
Da bi se me fa minta
ta mompa ye.
Sa nema wo yi a wo kana ru bekọ busem. What you say? On say me time for Bible ma. But me Bible we da me for bia na dangerous.
I see.
Because me can can more than 6 times. O hwa ma can sensan ase. No. And then Nyankopon ka kire me say National Cathedral. Yenye investigation. By insinhye na nyunyam.
National Cathedral.
Yes. There should be proper investigation. Obi asika bia fa na nsase no. Let the Lord take it course. Oh, you listen. You see, I am linking you to King David. And you see, there's a clear case study of your National Cathedral way and the life of David and Solomon. Because Akufo-Addo person ko ye no de man ho mini so ka say ono na atimi si National Cathedral. But nyame ka say da bi wa pensuni pan wotwe wo bim wo tatima sablek masavelugu moja wo nsa ho. You see, they see what Trokonkomu years back, you know, it is happening today. How can you let blood flow? Then you turn around to say, oh, si bia konkomu nyankopon emfa. And the David na nyankopon is the man after my heart, no. Or person could be see temple, yes, splendor, like magnificent. Nyankopon say David. Moja wo nsa ho nti asonda no sia. First Chronicle 22 verse 5 to 8. No say moja wo nsa ho. And to say, oh, see my mimi nyankopona, enye ye. Let me take it to Ghana. Ye kwa about 2020. Techiman South, Ablekuma Central, Savelugu. By election wa ya waso, nipa nka bi anshemo. Nipa nwotwe ene wuye. Na anwa there 2024, under your watch as former president, no, nipa 6 nso na ewu. 6 plus 8 is saying 14 meboa. Enti under your presidency, yes, civilian government, no, nipa 8 and ashro munkwa. How can you turn around and say, moja wa unsa hu, wo si wo de besi dem nyankopon. Enu ntina se wo hwe ya. Architect or bedrow ade no, or ye promoter of gayism. Afen so nyame ma confusion si omumu. Archbishop no wa resign it. We no wa resign it. Emu papa ye or tikuma so shen komi or say mark it down, ya marking it down we. Could see whatever they name it. I'm making a point to say Nyankopon Edia Hincheke Sibia ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Professor Jenano Pokwadman. And I will tell you why. There is no ahinie chank in Solomon there. There is no kingdom in the world. David Krana no Sonya Mianino. Ne back in Solomon ebe ye nyansanfo ahimu mu chene papa. And the records are there. King Solomon Banu was just 20 years or inexperienced. When him said biblically, Solomon had the first person to establish a cabinet. And the cabinet in government, you know, King Solomon had the chassis. He started cabinet formation. So the point I'm making is I maintain son that. But the name meaning say, your party in penny phone be muti. Especially I know my mother is listening. I hardly dream maintain son that. Yeah. But then I had this dream. Until me sorry and then no. Me bedami so for me me whole say no. I need to communicate this out. Nyankopon say David in Sahu moja, so you don't qualify to build me God a temple. But I've chosen Solomon. Let me come to Ghana. Should His Excellency Mahama firm, ye gunenima say the corruption tone so be clear no. Still, you say you don't find the incompetent one wabon. But she ni munyam she Nyankopon dia mano. And then he is swearing in. And then swearing in no. Shatadia crampo she it communicates say nyamensa wom. Shamain penimfo ebuba he Paul Kagame. So wo ye o program now who say Paul Kagame ababia. Na it means a lot. Akufo 80 did you see Paul Kagame in Ghana? But Paul Kagame has seen something beyond. Tinubu can say be say he has seen Kwame Nkrumah around. Yes. When he speech.
Yes.
His Excellency. Media menkan wa futu for no. But this is what the God has put on my heart. The National Cathedral, there should be proper investigation. That I agree. You see, we are not coming for witch hunting, but if there are witches, we have to hunt them.
Of course.
Ya masi e betata manfo. But if so be, eye bayifo no be fufa ye nimu dia, sa bayifo no ye be chene twem. Die daya me so no nene kire say, you are the Solomon on the land of Ghana. Die nan ka manfo person mu sidi gi omo homne so no, God stop them. Into the National Cathedral, your budget fiscal space no cannot contain a temple now. As an economist, I know and I appreciate. But for the next years ahead, an NDC government must put up a cathedral for God because Nyankopon at the first way shira NDC as a political party. Straight to the point, quick, brief, on the vetting of the three nominees.
Yes.
Me can enroll cry FM, let's not repeat to her. And then we are making a big FM, and I'm repeating it on this big Pampaso show. May for two administrations are Beltram, and here I'm referring to MPP outgone Finance Minister talk of Ken Oforiatta, Anta Dr. Kislato Forsen. On any day, the professional, academic, experiential pedigree of Dr. Kislato Forsen, no, they far outweigh Ken Oforiatta and Anta put together. I didn't know make us. Kislato Forsen is a fiscal economist. There can be a fiscal economist. It means he understands how to raise revenue and how to cut expenditure. To be an economist, industrial economist, financial economist, petroleum economist, but he's a fiscal economist. As a fiscal economist, no, he look at how do you consolidate your fiscal space. And no. Dr. Kesla to forcing won India a revenue mobilization. Quite ben the emphasis on Mwabu Sikano. Number 2, say Mwabu Sikano, we are how you spend the money judiciously and prudently so that you can cut off wastages. Or was saying him there, no. Ken Ofurata was an investment banker. And you can't compare an investment banker to a fiscal economist in managing public funds. Number 2, or a chartered accountant. And when you are talking about accounting, you are looking at how do you balance your books, asset and liability as a country, or cash flow, inflow and outflow. How do you manage all those or a chartered accountant? There are also 3. Kesla to Forsen is a tax practitioner. He is a tax practitioner. So, and you see, in every public financial management, taxation is the most guaranteed way of raising revenue. Okay. And the tuona did the chichire minor, or who in the Ashronko. Ken Fratani, Anta, they didn't have that pedigree. They are also 9. Well, he's been in parliament for almost getting to 20 years. True or false? True. And it's how the case la to Forsen, Gina Brane. Now the Anta, Ken Fratani, Gina Brania. You are talking about more like feeder road and asphalt of a sort, you know. And Dr. Kesla to Forsen has what it takes. Me samrazi ni vision or the bad minister or say me tie ni vetin or say ni vision ya niyama miensa. 1, stabilizing prices of items. Yes. Until he is talking about inflationary control. Until kono be force to control inflationary pressure beneath the supply or demand side. No, you want to curtail them. Number 2. City stability into Hano, he's going to combine the effect of fiscal and monetary policy regime. Or can he no bomwa? How is he going to make sure the policy rate will form scare basis no be control? No. They are also trained say everybody must earn a good living into a city to create more jobs. Yeah. And it's our finance minister. From the word go no, the vision no nye 88 pages so, and 1 page. And vision be a dose na papa. In financial management, your vision must be brief. And as an economist, no say, me share the vertin na, the direction no de bano. Straight to the point, say, city stability, low price of items, and job creation. But baby, I make and say on trade cautiously here. He want to cut expenditure. Hano, as an economist, I think he has to come back clear to Ghanaian because he has R.K.B and recurrent. Expenditure of every public funds be an incredible, you know. Capital expenditure, acquire, Nsuo, Kenya, those bigger projects, R.K.B. And they were recurrent. Abanyaduma for monument and of service benefit. Dada ketuya ubetuya. If our financial accounts will be cutting down expenditure, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the CAPEX or recurrent? Say a koye CAPEX expenditure be ha mine. Unim di entia. Campaign ye share Bobby Bray. Yes. You can see a beya kwan, ye beye nsuo, ye beye nkenia. Na de ba kun so kan ya put me to convert ne say. Or say self fire and tax revenue to GDP at 13.8. Or say under na pension God nyame ya adoma. By 2029 January 7th no, obe moving from 13.8 to 16.8. It means say the additional 3% improvement no de bano can cater for other loophole. Okay. So for me bomb person yankopon kan ho na at the titro power what kan ya me den say obe eliminate ye levy. Betting tax, COVID-19 tax. Yes. Mati some MPP for no ka say yene IMF for one hyehyeye. Yes. And sad the ode bano contrary to the IMF agreed as many nya adwen because IMF no sabi omo nye tintintintin. Say what me call IMF anim now my justifiable reason. Say look, for the next 4 years, I'll cut down wastage. Yeah, the ora eba. We are going to recover all the loot. And in recovering all the loot, about bringing in this S amount of money, the IMF can bend their route to allow it to work. Until Minia Dr. Gideon Boakye always that objectionary point, men so many to the point say the IMF is an organization, they are amenable to any future review. Until the American question say, yen finance minister no nam kwan so ban. And some of them are consumed. So what here? Ransford be a minister for finance and economic planning. But under JM second coming our way, what they couple the two. So it's only Minister for Finance. What it simply means is NDC Benya Economic Advisory Team.
Yes.
You know, that is what I see.
Yes.
I stand to be corrected anyway. Yes. Because then be an Ministry for Finance and Economic Planning. But so when a nomination at the man on that, or my economic planning not free the position. No?
Yes.
It's good news for me because it will not place too much burden on him. So we benya another body beer. They being only the economic plan aspect for the government.
Yes.
That for me is super.
And then no, I think that even the vice president will not chair.
Yes.
Yes. I think the from
Mate say me be in charge of 3 to 5 ministries.
Yes.
And those are high level important ministries.
That's true.
I know of gender, education and health.
Yeah.
Nti me ne go so ayetwetwe nkomo with them say health ne de or more modern for grace I so down kwanhye ho.
Okay.
We a special appeal.
Yeah, Gideon Boakye. Honorable Gideon Boakye. Now you're Baumia 8 and San Wako elections last year. And in Gambia na Domtano North constituency our half region. So also during the campaign tour no. And Yamabaya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia yes motu abamamia may abolish levy ada ho Gideon Boakye after Dr. Mahmoud Baumia say obey abolish to abaman obey abolish levy and other tax section. Listen to and I share bra Facebook never there. Or say Baumia's decision to abolish levy others bold must be applauded. Gideon Boakye. Enra on the vetting committee in Arsenal. Okay. Government's plan to abolish levy betting tax violates IMF program. But
you see, Dr. Gideon Boakye is consistently inconsistent. Onye bia or kansama odiso where he so I think he's a finance or economist or something. I don't know his professional background though. But he has to be consistent because you see, who can same way they pay to me in 2024 elections? What has suddenly changed? Let me tell you the challenge NDC be facing with this governance. NDC na be a problem for fulfilling their manifesto.
I didn't hear.
I've been a two Donald Trump. No? Trump, I win about 2016. No, share Bobby Bray. Oba ya na this no, on your problem. You see, NDC be ye mama who be ye him. Because I better than people nya bibia anye. Look, Mahama 3-4 days in office. No? It is more than a Akufo-Addo 8 years.
Oh, Samum.
Oh, but can't you see?
Freedom.
No, can't you see? Charles Fonny G for people able to talk. I'm not for to me in Kasa. Look, Dumso and Eba Mahama the one day so would Dumso and Kebe man home.
One day.
Or the one day arrange technical brains. Papa, Munko Hutini Bumuwe, IPP4 solved. Now you see, Ransford, there is something MPP for say. Betting tax, fiscal year 2024, it only brought 50 million Ghana cedi. Toll booths, as of the time, no more toll booth free or no. Not toll booth, Emma Ghana, 74 million Ghana cedi. And it's a me toll booth betting 100 million Ghana. Now you live in the betting tax cannot bring me that much. It makes every sense. You have the conscionability principle. Say. Adie bia wo ye no o de toto wadwin mu a does it make sense to the common man?
Okay.
Conscionability principle. Conscionably no. Sebetin tabma 50 million. Na yi levy mu about 200 million Ghana cedi. Na say toll to nko betuma 150 million Ghana cedi. Why don't you cancel the two and put toll booth back?
I know. Bernard, yanko yanim na o started with the National Cathedral no. And you obenya problem on the platform so. Where yet Daya also was some. But you know Yawase BOT. No. The NDC is not building any national cathedral. The national cathedral promise is between Akufo-Addo and Nyankopon. Alfred Mensah said, BOT, we are hungry. We have lost our jobs. Cathedral, please. We are Sawa, Yadopa. Die with the one Sunni you cry. Juliet Ayer Jackson Wood say, BOT, I disagree with you. Die with the one Sunni you cry. Okay, so yeah, Beauty Lab. Yeah, for no Beauty Lab say cathedral for where? BOT, please, Jasa. Beautifully, Jassa. Almost Jassa. Frank Murphy said, this man understands the economy pa. Beauty no tea. Oji cathedral ni chow to hono. Na economy so ebo amaso. Meba.
Man kwanza. I tested the pulse.
Okay.
And I've seen what the people
me say National Cathedral site, you know. President Mama promises obviously 500 bed children hospital. Obviously. You was misled. But and then was having a bed. You was misled. Yes.
You can find the feedback from the people.
So like for other airboy and so like say fertility problems, chronic whites, sciatica, waist pains, all joint pains, poor sight, menstrual pains, call your lab test, prostate scan, fibroid scan. The bajo massaging, sanso massaging no your ultimate idea, your or your dear, and your kunyadi and so on. Your cocomilimli, your Ben Harvard Senior High School, Kaswa Old Market, second bus stop no Udruhan Sabekayen 0553 93 26 31. Yanku Yanimian Shadi, Mr. Kill, product a Kulun for a diaba. Mr. Kill, Mema Drew, Bema, Oteduemu, I am Mere, Unyabia, Ebeboa, Bema, Wahot in some conform a ban energy abedi Ujuma Dibia, Mepacho Pebito, a immune system booster, eti otan no more. Ubedi Adibia Sun Kunim, Ebemo, overcome stress and a fatigue and so, etika nation and so. Bora Babia Tuntun Rubiana Jodie. Terai Care and Vision Center. Terai Care say a bunny and you yadie se ope ashiniwa papa atwashe near papa ne bo form Terai Care and Vision Center. Utita power Third Eye Care and Vision Center. Near uti power so called Terai Care on say ubu anani unsa nie no so hwetrim. Aha etiko na fin so yema optometrist for omonim day. Etika nation is your North Ridge. It's also our airport residential area. Juma every day, including weekends in United Nation is 0245 938 389 0245 93 83 89. Baheba Hospital, Achemfo Ba Senya Ronyina Bidware, Ebedwane. Na ebane numpem yade wanya accident pain anase sebio stroke nacho what you say gono kisikuro ne down na ho a Baheba Hospital ye watonsu agogo ewo Kumase Enkran Spinters Road 18 Junction 0244 988 004 akasimanum ne sorry NS Boakye edibe so na face so ya wrap it up na fe
30 seconds
yeah so far but yeah drew me
30 seconds penifo afa aya the American say JDM ne prof me so mkita ma Paul eno market scheme to modjuma no e cheap ombeye o here 8 days no ma wa ye no atum say aponato but the American so ne say they say NDC ya ba bam yakọ scholarship such a man ban so ya Ghana ni
yes
Kebo say oban so ya Ghana ni
yes
so oban so ya scholarship the coverage ko sua de it adiwe na mpese NDC for show ye yeah, say chairman by secretary organizer but one school and Basu school. Yeah, support woman. These are at the Makuma so pass and penny show ye. Go party Bejina in Nani. Mofrana Ebano, sell a bed K2 ye. When you fapim. And no, making sure say. Now the last in some maker for Kenya say, Yadamase, a Stephen off, some to me day on about Ebenezer Bay, Monkoso. Na dynamics no ya have for Asante tradition and Asante but ya have it we make sure said 12 16 years there we enter so ne mfa ne pai den emro na yi na ya tanechi ya bompa ya mantino e do bi anso ase
okay mame kan we kakra ansa ne arapia pem President Mahama wadwen pa de magana na beauty be ko tu bible chire akwan a crofobia no person President Mahama fast especially the opponent for no but ne nyina mu no President Mahama FM One say Joyce Ba Mokhtari abeka say ade bi sefata former president biano. Oma ready say Oma the President Akufo-Addo is the way to go, and I agree with that. Because maybe you fa born tria bonica. Manipa na ni ngu woni trim. To ono ho ade ode ye o. Now show papa o ye no. Ohu obefere woni trim. But the point is more monya early appointment. Momere mo ho ase. Mo susu mo de nam kwan so eba no. Mehu onyonku NDC ni say wo manya appointment chiro bibi kakra watiwa. Kai hu say after 4 years obekwa kubu akonta. Na ye nyina sre vote enema John Mahama president, His Excellency. Etinya wo ne wo busuafo nko vote no e de president Mahama ye dan. E bae de bia meka. Me ne me yira acha ye vote emi no. President Mahama ne yire Mama Lodina on vote ya he emi no. Etimo manya early appointment. Mo differences be amone mo party for war mo ayonin as early as possible. Na men fan kwase wo say ye me chiro bibi una bet the same party ma. Ena wu a adwuma na wo ye no be den obi be ye. Nipa onkwan kita no ye nye gidigidi wa asase so. Eti we afutu amede mamo. Enema esisi behind the scenes. But yeah, no, you pay the papam. Yes, I'm on for bread pans and president Mama Eba. Yeah, for be subama traha highlight it and say who never cost you actually no. And man over you override it. The good things are President Mahama that is going to be my policy. But what member the tower me who says still no we are in the Mababe Bo Cafe. Mababe Bo minim papa. I know dear, I can promise you that. Bernard.
Na unim say kasi hodu MPP bite almost standard. Komuntu menyon so Ghana. Unim sa. Nti Samis no say ye nyanko pon. Odi ye nko.
Na here wants to be yourself.
Ansana we ya betre. Sa no doswa odi ye nko si. Sani doswa odi ye nko si o. Eba sa ye ko mano. Baby ankonimdie na ba no. Ghana for agye yatum. Mama yemfa ho brase enso man.
I know.
Ko Niccolo Machiavelli asem no kan ye no. O say political power is much sweeter than sex.
Okay.
Sometimes so ebe na ken ku no wo wi anse no konya ope a judgment. Sometimes mama so ya won hwe JDM.
Media and Shanam Debema Pro East MP. Also, and share about programs.
Okay.
Honorable Boam.
Yeah, Boam. Lord Boam.
And also on Kaya no pay me fire no send them a message. So,
all right.
Me share also.
Okay, I'm a panel members for today. Eric Yasanitano, Bernardo Techina Fin, so Ernest Boakye, US of A no. Your family Ransford R.K.B. I said that Kesiankoma production team. No, next I will take you over. Ayo Faki, one in the production team. One of the agromre and Banyami Adamochina. Another day. Good afternoon.
Do you know what listeners like about our station? It's everything.
I like everything. I love Radio Gold 90.5.
Oh, jam no. Nancy, dia would you any as a confidence level so as a cosropa. I was a manager. If it's my fan, Mr. Kill, I a bear casa. Or from me draw Mr. Kill, I a bear memoir. And your friend now obey who debates. Tell him. Hey, now I don't know fan word comes. That's all more.